Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Hope you're having a glorious day. I know nobody's here just yet, so we're just going to dive right in and start up. Hope everybody had a great Tuesday and is having a good Wednesday. What else did we need to do here? We already explored that, correct? I don't think there was anything else on here. Unknown mechanism. Oh, right. We found that. Okay. Alright, so we found that. There was nothing else over there. Back into the Coronis Expanse we go. Yeah, I guess we can go down here first. The steady rhythm of life aboard the vessel was disrupted when on the fourth watch of the voyage, the lower decks had their gravity reversed. The stunned denizens of the afflicted sectors were woken up by being torn from their assigned beds and tossed onto the ceiling. Numerous injuries and fatalities were reported. The difficulties in performing regular duties due to the gravity reversal continued until the end of the journey. After the ship exited the warp, the gravity returned to the accepted norm, an event that once again was accompanied by deaths and injury among the crew. Oh, then how the hell did we get to those? Huh. Well, nonetheless, let's go ahead and move into the Forgotten Twins. Hey, Giovanni, good to see you. Good to see you. We just got started up. You haven't missed much. Don't worry. Alright. Yeah. Ooh, traces of a space battle. That'll be interesting. Scan. Oh. What do we have here? The cogitator screen highlights the shapes of several buildings. This small settlement, the only one on the planet, is a Winterscale Dynasty outpost. Oh. I'm gonna go down myself. After a lengthy descent to the planet, you're rewarded with a dismal sight. The entire outpost consists of long columns of uniform bunkhouses, machine hangars, and a large headquarters topped with a massive antenna of an ancient voxcaster. The binary suns hanging in the sky make every object cast twin shadows, a spectacle that you find vaguely disturbing. The custodian and his people go out of their way to give the esteemed guest a proper reception, but their resources are scant at best. Talk to the custodian. The custodian shares alarming news. The outpost is highly dependent on various deliveries from the core Winterscale worlds, but 2 ships have already failed to arrive on schedule. The locals do not have an astropath of their own, and so the custodian cannot determine the cause of the delays or request additional aid. The outpost will soon run out of food at this rate, so the custodian sends an urgent request for provisions. He's begging you for help, offering what little his settlement has in exchange. Yeah, we've got plenty of provisions right now. Supply the outpost with the provisions it needs. The custodian showers you with his gratitude and hurries to send gifts in return. The formerly grimmed and worried faces of his remaining men light up with relief. Yep, we lost 2 provisions and in exchange gained a needle rifle. Interesting. Exotic, that's a... Oh, and some cargo. 25%. Holy ships, armor kits, ranged mechanicus. Nice. The return journey treats you to a rare and unexpected spectacle. An eclipse begins as one of the 2 local suns covers the other. You watch as the temperatures drop, the lighting changes, and the double shadows vanish. The 2 disks in the sky merge, forming a shimmering oval and become one. Eventually, the fantastic event passes, leaving behind a vivid memory. Oh, we'll go ahead and fix that up while we're here. Yeah, minor reduction in provisions, and... It's basically... Yeah, it's an Imperial take on the, an Imperial take on a more Drukhari-style weapon since it is the toxic shot. 40% armor penetration, though, is not bad. but its additional hit chance is way lower. Yeah, she doesn't want to even use it. Understandable. That's better damage, but he gets way more synergies with his plasma weapons. Yeah, no reason. Okay. Also, this just looks cool. It also, I'm imagining that that's a white dwarf or something, so it's far more dense than this sun, which is why it's drawing off material as that sun burns it off. Wait, what? Unforeseen event? What do you mean? We've already been here, right? Why would it... Oh. Oh, okay. The Winterscale Dynasty Outpost hails Savannah de Ferenzi von Valencius and thanks him for this help. The locals are indebted to you. Glory to the rogue trader. Okay, it's just a... Okay. I see. Okay. Yay! We helped people. We got a tiny little thing. But we had extra provisions. It's fine. Ugh. 2 plasteel. That is nowhere near. I'm going to guess this is the remnants of their resupply ships. Lord Captain, there is evidence of a recent scuffle straight ahead. Throne take me. This is not a frigate. This is just a gutted piece of metal. The helmsman falls silent for a moment. Oh, I try to be, Giovanni. Plus, Winterscale strikes me as the kind of guy who doesn't give a shit about most of his followers, so... There's a lot of opportunities to pick up the slack where he's fucking off somewhere else. Blimey, the culprits are here too. It's the Eldari freaks. I recognize their shiny asses even from this distance, except the Xenos are acting suspicious. They're hovering in place, they're not even trying to run. Permission to approach or open fire, sir? Call off your people, Elantak. Something is wrong. The children of Asurian are dismayed, but doing something like this to a Monkai vessel? No, we are not animals. I appeal to your prudence and the promise you made to me. Do not destroy my kin for deeds they did not commit. Lord Captain, we have received a report from the Augur crew. The situation is... unusual. The Xenon ship displays no biological or energetical signatures, though it appears to be intact. According to the scanners, there is no one on board. However, survivors are believed to be hiding in one of the compartments of the damaged vessel of the Imperium. We have also spotted some drifting plating remains that belong to a third, unidentified vessel. First things first, dispatch a rescue team and see if there are any survivors aboard the frigate. It will be done. Vigdis flips the switches on the Vox system's cogitator, and the transmission goes quiet for a moment. Ooh, Xeno artifacts, some fuel, very nice. Lord Captain, the scouts managed to rescue several emaciated officers from the wrecked ship. Despite their wounds, they were able to tell us what happened. During a patrol, a frigate discovered an Eldari ship crossing the system, and decided to immediately attack the enemies of humanity. The Xenos vessel proved too fast and skittish, but at some point its engines failed, giving the frigate a chance to attack. While the guns were being aimed, several Drukhari ships suddenly pounced from the darkness. At first, they attacked from long distance, but soon boarded the frigate and wreaked a bloody massacre upon the decks. It is only by sheer miracle that the surviving officers managed to escape, locking themselves in a hidden technical compartment that the Xenos had no use for. The survivors claim that the Xenos conspired and deliberately led the ship into a trap where it met its doom. The Xenos joined forces to eliminate a vessel of the Imperium. An alliance between the Eldari and Drukhari is unusual, yet such an outcome is hardly surprising. My Master Interrogator, I was thinking exactly the same thing. At last, you and I can finally agree on something. How blind are the Monkai to the vices of their own kind. Humans attack a ship of the children of Asurian sailing peacefully by, but it is my kin who are to blame. Irilette is beside herself with contempt and rage. No, my kin would not willingly take part in a massacre orchestrated by the Dark Ones and then abandon their ship. You know, she's only technically correct there. I believe her on the second part. I don't believe her on the first. The Imperium has a long history of watching the Eldar work together to fuck over the Imperium, if the Craftworld Eldar can benefit from the actions of the Drukhari. Them abandoning their ship, however, does lead me to believe that Irilette is correct, because they're not going to do that, especially not with their Craftworld blown up. That's just not something the Craftworld Eldar would do. Something else happened here, something that I am afraid to even consider. Dispatch a shuttle with scouts. Investigate the Xenos ship. Ooh, shuriken catapult. After several hours of tedious waiting, Vigdis gets back on the air. Lord Captain, the scouts firm earlier reports the Xenos ship is intact. Many valuable artifacts were found inside, but neither the Eldari nor their bodies were discovered. We are late again, Elanta. Irelet's voice sounds faint and almost listless. Have Pascal and the acolytes of the machine cult identify the remains of the third vessel. The Voxmaster relays the order to the tech priest and promptly receives a reply. Lord Captain, I am reporting that the hull fragments belong to the Drakari Xenos race, but the presence of the ship in the system at this time has not been confirmed. I'm afraid we've done everything we could. We're leaving. As you command, Lord Captain. Well, that's unfortunate. I wasn't expecting too much good given Irelet's story, but that's actually kind of worse than I expected. Oh, what is she saying? I would often watch the prison population on a small planetoid from Earth, but looking at this celestial body now, I'm beginning to think that all such entities are alike. To a certain extent. An asteroid has to be big enough to support at least some kind of level of infrastructure if the Imperium's going to be putting mining facilities on it. Ooh. The crew was treated to a truly impressive sight. A colossal storm on the gas giant's surface. The planet's dimensions in themselves were mind-boggling, and then it birthed a tempest, a storm to end all storms. As the Lord Captain and his officers observed it from a safe distance through the bridge's huge viewing windows, someone suggested giving it a name, and the Emperor's wrath garnered the most votes. Some in the crew believe the storm to be an omen. We can only hope it is an omen of great things to come. See, I like that. I like the little events like that that Owlcat puts in their games. Just fleshes out the world a bit. And helps you flesh out your character a bit more. And just NPCs around you. And a dead world. Alright. That appears to be everything. Strange as well that there was a winter scale base in a system that the Eldar were in. But there's really nothing we can do about it right now. Alright. We gotta make the long trip back to the most safe part of the void lanes. Hold on. Let me take a drink. My throat's still a little bit scratchy. Yep, we're just gonna have to, bit by bit, make our way back. No events, at least. Yeah, that's Dargonus. So we can go here, or we can probably follow this path, and that'll lead us up towards it. No. I want to start making my way to Kiava Gamma. Thank you. Thank you, Giovanni. I'm confident in doing a fairly decent variety of male voices. I really can't do female voices very much. Argenta and Irelet kind of sound the same. Jay I can kind of do different, but that's because she has the funky accent. And Cassia, I can't get my voice nearly high enough to try and hit that. But I try. I try. When I started playing this game, I just couldn't imagine just, like, silently reading everything. Because I knew, being an Owlcat game, they only have so much voice dialogue. Or voiced, you know, lines that they have written. And I figured, you know, I've got to do something, so I just started reading and haven't really stopped. If anything, it's helped, it's improved my, it's improved my hydration, because I have to keep a very large thing of water on my desk over the course of doing this game, just so that I don't dry out my throat too much when I'm doing all the talking. Okay, so here, and then we go up here. I don't think there's anything else that I need to do before we go here. Yep, reduce the route difficulty, stabilize the warp route. There we go. The enforcers from different decks of the Von Valencia's vessel report a terrifying sight. The skin of several of the crew members had become translucent, revealing knots of muscle and blood vessels beneath. Worse yet, small, spider-like insects were seen scurrying inside of them, snow white and sparkling like ice. The transformed could not see this phenomenon in themselves or anyone else, only occasionally complaining of a prickling feeling in their extremities. Some were quickly branded as mutants and killed. The survivors reverted back after the vessel emerged in real space. Huh, small spider-like construction. That sounds like warp spiders that exist in the webway. But as far as I know, they don't ever venture into the warp. It's too dangerous for them. That's why they're a life form that only exists within the webway itself. Interesting. Okay. Oh, it does occur to me. I should have made this a green, because I am trying to at least make sure that the routes in between the major colonies are safe, so I don't have to deal too much with them. Plus, it would make sense for a spacefaring empire like this. Ooh, adamantine. But it's only 2. We'll hold off. If we really need to find more adamantine, then we'll go ahead and touch that. Ooh, there's 2. Whatever that is, and a void ship. Ooh, Promethium 7. Bizarre ruins. The bizarre structure observed from orbit appears to be the ruined estate of a wealthy noble. Further searching reveals the remains of an envirodome, a landing pad, the main manor, and a large servants' quarters. It is impossible to determine what exactly happened here. The search team has found something truly disturbing in the main hall. An opulently clothed skeleton sitting at the dining table. The table is set with gold plates covered with old blood and piles of bones. The bones on the plates are clearly human. No other remains have been found on the estate. We'll let curiosity win this time and hope that this doesn't get us killed. Search through the remains. The scout team returns with some expensive weapons taken from the skeleton. After finishing the report, they hurry away whispering prayers. Fair. An assault lasgun. Interesting. Every hit reduces deflection by 1, stacks up to 3 times. Oh, but it's considered a heretical weapon. Interesting. What are you? The starship that once traveled the galaxy is now suspended in the silent void like the gnawed carcass of a great monster. When the Rogue Trader's flagship approaches, the Voxmaster reports an incoming message. The colony of Imperial loyalists that made their home in the bowels of the ship welcome the Lord Captain. I mean, sure, why not? It's an Imperial loyalist place, so we're going to leave Irlet behind for today and take Heinrichs. I'm sure nothing can go wrong bringing a representative of his Holy Inquisition with us. Oh, right, I need to... he's good on weapons skill... he's more of a support psyker, so his willpower doesn't need to get maxed out. We're going to go ahead and give him another point in agility to improve on his... Striker's armor increases by 5. Bonus increases by 5 at the start of every round except the first. Not the worst. Not bad. Go ahead and take Destined. He needs at least a little bit more survivability. Oh, wait, no. Psyker Terminus. Sorry. We always need to take that. I keep forgetting. Anything I need to upgrade on his gear? I don't think so. We haven't picked up any power swords that would really be useful for him. He's got the Sanctified Staff. No armor that would really be better, I don't think. No. No. Oh no, experience is shared. It's just a case of you get different dialogue in different areas depending on who you've got in your party. And my thought process is an isolated human colony might have dialogue for Heinrichs versus Irlet. That's all. Like, for example, I know for a fact we have to have him on Kiava because part of his quest is going to be there. So obviously I would want to take him rather than Irlet. The other main problem is that Abelard is basically my tank, Pascal is my skill monkey, and Cassia is my buff/support specialist. So I've really only got 2 slots that I can swap people out of, like Argenta and whoever's in the last spot. And Argenta's just too useful with her heavy bolter and the damage that she can deal at long range. So it usually comes down to these 4 and then whoever I want to slot into the last spot. And right now it's mainly been either Heinrichs or Irlet, depending on what I feel like. That's all. And technically, yes, the Imperium will discriminate against Eldar. It wouldn't surprise me if I get a couple of dialogue. If I bring Irlet to a fairly heavily Imperial area, some NPCs might comment on that, or it might affect how we interact with certain people. Heinrichs could be the same way. He is an Inquisitor, or he's an interrogator of an Inquisitor, which does give him a lot of authority, but that also means some people might see him and immediately go, well, the Inquisition's already here, we've got nothing to lose, may as well just start shooting. And that's kind of how things happen when you take someone from the Inquisition somewhere. No, that's no use to him. That's not going to help. No, I don't think there's anything else I need to give him. He's got some backup grenades. Alright.
I always have a backup plan.
I don't know. Welcome, your lordliness. Please, come right here. Our chief, she'll greet you. And you, nitwits, get to work. I couldn't catch the rest of that, so I just ad-libbed it. The Recoliger.
An initial survey of the vessel indicates that my exploratory brethren have already performed a requiem right here. Further examination is inadvisable.
No, Kato, but somebody who's on the edge might see us traveling with an Inquisitor and decide, oh, it's an Inquisitor. He's already going to think that I'm guilty, so I may as well start shooting. It's more of the case of somebody on the edge, somebody who's not sure if what they've done is heresy or not, might see us traveling with an Inquisitor and go, oh, the group that says innocence proves nothing, I guess I may as well start shooting because there's no way in hell they're going to see that, you know, any nuance to my situation. Oh, we need to adjust Heinrichs and Pascal. There we go.
As it should be.
The plate reads Lythano's Pride. The name Lythano surfaces in your mind, the history of a family from the Cronus Expanse who invested all they had in a massive family ship. The ship perished in the warp on its maiden voyage, and the Lythano line never recovered from this crushing blow.
Is there money to be made?
What do we got around here? Basic. Yeah, nothing really that special. How far have we fallen? The rogue trader digging through rubbish. I can scarcely speak of grief. Oh, come on, Abelard, it's fine. Cargo is cargo is cargo. We can find somebody to take it in.
Speaking of the Lord Captain's new companion, you have been to Footfall. Would you happen to have a special file on Haydari?
If the smuggler had committed enough transgressions for me to have a file on her, our Shireen Mistress Haydari would have ceased to be a nuisance a long time ago.
He's got a point there, Abelard. The Inquisition doesn't usually bother keeping files on people, because once they've got enough to accumulate a file on somebody, they're already bringing them in for interrogation. And probably execution. Or recruitment, depending on the Inquisitor in question.
Nothing escapes my sight.
What do we got over here? Oh yeah, just the usual. We'll take it.
Always keep your eye on the
Lady Cassia, is something troubling you?
Once again, you have read my mood like an open book, Master Van Coux. My eyes, they still ache from the kaleidoscope of colors I see around me.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that Heinrichs gets along with Cassia, simply because being from a feudal world, he's very used to her particular brand of how nobles act around people. Oh, hello everybody. A working area where fragments of the ship are dismantled in search of scraps of valuable metals or parts.
Right to the top or get left in the dust.
feel like we're missing something here. A dump site of cut pieces of metal and other materials, probably from clearing out a path deeper into the ship. Oh. A tired-looking woman of indeterminate age, clad in work clothes, breaks off from her task to greet you. She freezes momentarily, clearly unsure how to address you, then simply says, "Oh, yeah, she's not only young, Cato, she was raised in isolation as a member of the Navis Nobilite. They are peculiar even by Imperial nobility standards due to the fact that they produce the navigator gene needed to help guide ships through the warp. So, for example, if you go back and watch the part where I was playing Urak 5 in order to find her, she's used to things like her servants being having their tongues ritually removed so that they can't talk back to the nobility. She's used to people being fully willing to commit suicide for her if she asks. Like, that's not even necessarily a condemnation of her character. She's actually one of the nicer nobles that you run into. Partly because she can see through people's lies, so she's actually very good at actually reading people. But it's very clear that the way she was raised is, alien to a lot of what we would consider normal. I mean, it's 40k, so a lot of the stuff that they do can be weird, but Cassia in particular can be a bit offsetting when you first run into her and start reading her dialogue. Combine that with her relative youth and naivete, and that does kind of produce a problem. Yes, but it's not in a... it's not in a vindictive or malicious way. It's in a genuine, she literally has no concept of what a normal, quote-unquote, normal lifestyle is. Whereas Heinrichs, for example, as I said, she gets along well with Heinrichs because Heinrichs is from a feudal world where such nobility kind of just interacting with the commoners but also still being apart from them was a very common thing. So it's not surprising to me that in addition to his inquisitorial capabilities, he's easily able to both communicate with her and figure out when she's got problems. They're far closer in mindset than most other people on the ship are. Alright, your lordship, please excuse me. I didn't really know your name. Welcome to our colony. May the light of the Emperor be with you, and with us. I am Reta Makismova. Oh god. Names. Maximova. Okay. Reta Maximova. I'm in charge here. No, we're not going to insult her with literally the first words we say. What exactly is this place? We just call ourselves Reta's crew, and this is Reta's camp. That's it. We're Recoligars, scavengers, in common terms. She does not speak the words scavengers with any kind of disdain. On the contrary, there is a bit of dignity in her voice, the kind with which one would announce their affiliation with a respected guild or family. Tossing a glance at Pascal, she grimly adds, "And our work here is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking for us." Pascal stares dispassionately at Reta with a slight hint of disgust. Evidently, he had not even considered the possibility that replying to this creature's words would be anything other than heresy. What exactly do you do here? Right now, we're gutting this old heap of junk, slowly but surely. That's the life of a Recoliga for you. They drop us off at some decrepit station or ancient battlefield. We sit here working for years on end. We look for working tech or valuable materials or whatever else might be useful. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Not the easiest job. These wrecks are chock full of all kinds of dangers. But I swear it on my plasma torch. It's an exciting one for sure. This little bird's had all sorts of bells and whistles. Most of the tech is long dead, but we find working pieces now and again. We spent 2 whole months clearing out the shaft. Finished 3 days ago, actually. We found this. A bit weird looking, but still functional. Reta's expression brightens a little. Perhaps your lordship would like to buy this component from us. I bet that big ship you've got could get plenty of use out of it. Pascal's voice crackles to life. Imperiously, he tells her, "Present the object, laywoman," but curiosity creeps into his voice nonetheless. I would like an option to see what it is, but fine. Well, isn't that something? The Emperor himself must have smiled upon us. Reta makes a triumphant gesture. I mean, thank you, your lordship. You will be pleased with the results. Oh well. 210 experience. The experience is worth more than the fuel she just gave me, but okay, whatever. Her mood visibly improves. You know, your lordship, it's Kind of embarrassing to offer you this, but over in that corner there, we keep things we don't rightly understand or can't really use. You could send some of your people to check it out if you'd like. Clearly you know more about this stuff than us. You might find something useful. So do you have your own ship, Recoliger? No, not even close. Luxury like that? You could count the Recoligers who have their own ship on one hand. An old worker's hand that got sucked into a machinery 3 times and slashed by a plasma cutter twice. We fly with whoever, mostly just taking our chances. Sometimes we hitch a ride on the promise that we'll pay what we find, other times we find other means. Risky business, obviously. It was about 5 or so years back, a crew got dropped off on an abandoned station, but something wasn't right with the life support systems. The ship came back to pick them up 2 years later and found nothing but bodies. About 15 years ago, back before I had my first little one, a ship took 3 crews to a location and ran into pirates on the way back. The ships go out on expeditions for years at a time. It was ages before anyone realized they were missing. It was even longer before they remembered the scavengers. Plus, it took some time to find the ship, they could check on them and pick them up. Long story short, all 3 Recoliger crews bought it. Yeah. What else can you tell me about this ship?
Not much. We're no eggheads. We're manual labor. It's an ancient thing, though. Pretty dangerous. We don't know much beyond that.
Before we came here, some tech priests had done their own gutting, ritualing, bowing to the spirits and all that. That doesn't even tend to leave a whole lot of valuables behind. It's true, but it's way too scary to go in before them. And hey, we dragged a dozen of their broken servitors out of the mines after. The carcasses smell awful, but you could probably pluck a decent number of parts out of the servitor and sell them. Doesn't seem like there's anything nasty living in the wreck now, but the wreck itself is barely holding together. You go a couple of modules from here and that's it. You won't take another step without fearing that a broken reactor might cook you alive or a whole module might just suddenly depressurize. It's nothing we haven't handled before, so we're continuing to poke at it. But we don't have a clue what the ship is or who it belongs to. You take a great deal of pride in your trade, I see.
I do. It takes skill, it takes luck, and a good head on your shoulders. We risk our lives every day crawling on these old rust buckets. If something goes wrong, we die, sometimes by the score. One moment you're there, the next you're gone. Kind of like worker ants in a way. But you know what, your lordship? Our job has something, how should I put it, poetic about it. I hope you don't judge me too harshly and don't take it as insolence, but some people, even big people like you, they think too highly of themselves. Let's say your ship hops in the warp someday and doesn't hop out of it in time. Around 1,000 years later, another gal like myself who needs to feed her 3 ankle biters somehow will be rifling through its remains, looking for anything good. That's just the nature of it. Each of us comes, each of us goes, but the way the world works stays the same. We all have our lot in life, and mine is just as good as any other.
You speak as if the world is set in stone, and none of us can change anything for the better.
There's some big things you're talking about, far out of my depth. Change for the better? It would be nice.
Reda pauses to think.
If I was younger, didn't have 3 youngsters back home, maybe I could dream about stuff like that. But as it is, I've got no time for dreaming. I have work.
If needs be, I can take you from this place. It is not safe here, and sooner or later it's going to drift somewhere so remote that no one's going to be able to find you.
This is our livelihood, your lordship. You take us from here, and what are we going to go, sit in some hold slaving away? Here we have our own colony, our own operation. Either way, this is our path, and we will not stray from it.
I see.
Your lordship,
Reda falters, as if flustered by her own nerve.
Please do not take this as insolence, but it's not like I have much of a choice. It's not often that we get well-stocked ships around here, and we could certainly use more provisions and warm clothes. If it's something you'd be willing to provide, we could gladly barter for it with whatever we've dug up inside the ship. A respectful offer of fair trade.
She bows slightly before stepping aside. Do we have the option to do that? I'm not seeing...
I always have a backup plan.
Oh, hold on. Let's finish looking around. Simple machine tools look a little worn, but well maintained. Small selection of valuable finds, carefully sorted and packed. In this work of crude craftsmanship, you can just make out one of the depictions of the Emperor commonly seen in the Coronis Expanse. The apparatus gurgles and emits a strong smell of alcohol, probably not of the industrial variety. I don't know, that looks like a moonshine still. There's not much difference between industrial-grade alcohol and a good thing of moonshine. Plus, I doubt the Adeptus Administratum is taxing that alcohol still, which means it's genuine moonshine.
What about this?
A damaged safe. The contents of similar safes are destroyed when hacking is attempted. You should not try to open it just like that, but something from the environment could help. Oh. Really? Oh. Oh, there's more stuff over here. Hold up. Hold up. Let me see here.
My house would be proud of me.
Among the wreckage was an instruction manual for the duty officer on how to access the safes. You can obtain the codes to the safe by logging into the ship's cogitators.
Let us know, Dawdle.
We already did that one, right? Yep. Okay, where's ship's cogitator? There we go. Pascal?
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Okay, so we can't do that. There must be another cogitator somewhere. Hold on, let me see this. Something is propped against the door from the inside. You can hear the piercing sounds of a saw and other tools coming from behind it.
Is there money to be
Okay,
made?
there we go, another cogitator.
Operation
Nope.
successful.
Inoperative.
My success
Nope.
is an irrefutable certainty.
Personal pilot, voidsman, servitor, crew engineer. Nope. One more over here.
The machine code
Cogitator is off, but appears intact. You can try to power it from a local source. Alright, reattach.
successful.
Find the code to the safe.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
You successfully logged in with the duty officer's credentials and obtained the code to the old
Keep
safe.
your wits
Nice.
about you.
Let's pop it open. Ooh. Fractal Blade, Eldari weapon. The wielder of this sword gains a 25% bonus to parry. It's just a standard strike and cleave. Very nice. Heavily aligned cloak, mimic fibers, blend the configuration. The cloak grants the wearer plus 10 dodge. That's pretty good. And 2 fire grenades.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I'll actually go ahead and throw that on him, actually. Yep, that way he's got even more dodge. 110%. Very nice. No, we can't. That's weird. I wonder if there's a way to trade with them properly, because I'm not seeing any options for it. Yeah, no, we already classified that. We grabbed everything here. I guess we're done. I was really concerned that we were going to run into something crazy. Ptolemy, thank you for the heads up. We have not reached Kiava yet, but I will make sure to make multiple saves at multiple spots there. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. That's partly why I waited so long to actually stream this game, because I was hoping a lot of the bugs would get fixed, but I'll have to keep an eye out for that, so thank you for the heads up. As for Giovanni, do you have enough provisions to make a deal? She has 3 youngsters, doesn't want to leave this colony, strange. We have 10 provisions, so we've got more than enough. Most of these events have only needed 2, maybe 3 at most. So my guess is just what she said, that they are perfectly content to just strip this ship bare and book passage on whatever ship they can find later. She's basically saying that they're not done yet, despite this, and it's not surprising. If this was a family ship for a wealthy noble family, this ship could easily be 10, 15 kilometers long. Sure, most of it would be just living quarters and various things used to keep the ship running, but that's still a lot of scrap material that can be used. Okay. If we don't get very far into Kiava today, I will make sure to check online for any major bugs regarding Kiava, Ptolemy. Thank you for the heads up. I'll keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I certainly imagine the best moonshine only first of all, it's not moonshine if it's taxed. So any place that's selling you it and they charge sales tax, that's not real moonshine. It straight up isn't. But 2, the best moonshine, and that does not mean the best tasting, but the best moonshine by definition comes from people who have made it in the middle of nowhere. And it can't get much more middle of nowhere than a nearly completely uninhabited system in the middle of an external region. Really, Plasteel 2? We've run into a lot of these, and none of them have been very valuable. Alright, let's see what this is. A Vox notification from the Augur crew drowns out the usual noise on the bridge. An Imperial vessel, identified as the Dark Piercer, and its escort ships are headed your way. Your archives make no mention of either the ship or its owner. As you consider your course of action, the ship's captain contacts you first, introducing himself as the Pilgrim. The captain greets the rogue trader courteously and offers to purchase any information you might have on crystal phlogiston deposits. Jesus, we can just attack them. For fuck's sake. Let me see here. Ask why the Pilgrim needs phlogiston. The captain's coarse laughter echoes from the Vox. Phlogiston is part and parcel of many different aspects of life in the Imperium. How exactly his customers are going to use it is none of his concern. All that the Pilgrim promises is that the phlogiston will be used for the good of humanity. Pascal becomes visibly animated at the mention of phlogiston. Though indifferent to the prospect of a deal with the shadowy individual, the Magos nonetheless recommends you find out more about phlogiston deposits in the area. Your own protectorate would benefit greatly from the knowledge. Sister Argenta, of course, sincerely believes the words of the Pilgrim. A cowl or a golden aquila are no prerequisites for him being his true servant. The captain sincerely wants to help the Imperium, perhaps by his own methods. There is nothing questionable about extending a helping hand. Ask the captain why he calls himself the Pilgrim. The captain admits he has not always done the right thing in his life, but he once beheld the blessing of the Emperor himself, and followed a special path of service to him ever since. That is the path he now treads as the Pilgrim. Propose a deal. Valuable information in exchange for phlogiston. The captain of the Dark Piercer. Do we actually have... Yes, so we did just use one phlogiston, but that's okay. The captain of the Dark Piercer is in the best of spirits. In gratitude for your invaluable help, he sends you a small box containing ancient maps and documents that appear to speak of a certain imperial world lost many centuries ago. Then, in a somewhat conspiratorial tone, the Pilgrim relates a story about a standoff between two Xenos fleets, which he was told by an acquaintance. The person in question sadly enough, died at the hands of the Inquisition before they were able to pass on the coordinates for the crash site of one of the Xenos ships. However, the Pilgrim knows for a fact that the vessel met its demise on an ocean world. Bid farewell. Well, how very nice of him. Very interesting. I do wonder where that's going to pop up on us. So let's see. Save the Eldari survivors. Heinrichs to Kiava Gamma. That's Dargonus. Eldari survivors. So did we get a... I wonder. The scrolls will be believed at some crossing of paths in the expanse. Entire world perished. Rumors have reached the rhetoric trade of a Xenos ship that was wrecked on one of the ocean worlds. Isn't there a system called, like, the Crossroads? I could have sworn there was. Nameless Star, Forgotten Twins. Palm, no, Septa, Tenebrous Aquae. Maybe not yet. Which one's this? Lost in the Void. I'm sure we'll find it at some point. Still got a lot of shit to explore after all. You know what? We will... First of all, we're going to stabilize this warp route because it's the only one that leads closer to Kiava Gamma, and I want to keep that open. Second, we're going to warp travel here. Thank you for the heads up, Ptolemy. And yes, I'll keep an eye out on the chat log if we run into it. Thank you very much. The clans servicing the cooling systems have reported an incident of sorcery. The shadows in the cabins and corridors are coming to life. The Voidsmen say they see strange, writhing things lurking in the nooks and crannies at the edge of their vision. If they look away, the things spread over the room, gnawing on everything in their path, attacking the weak and the infirm. The strange creatures cannot be caught. It's almost as if they sense they're being watched and sink into the many cracks between the machines and bulkheads. Order that the monsters be banished with faith and prayer. The ecclesiarchy mission on board the void ship held sermons in every corner of the haunted chamber. The many-voiced chants and holy rituals manifested the power of the Emperor, and the demons skulking in the cracks vanished without a trace. The crew has cheered, and they praise the God Emperor for his protection. Alright, chart. Yep, that's what I thought. It's a dead-end system. Oh boy. Fleet combat. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not too much. But we are actually getting fairly far into the expanse, so we might actually be running into all sorts of crazy shit. Hopefully it's not another capital ship.
I can see crimson lights in the void.
It's a capital ship, and it's a lot. Ow. Dick. Why are we going last? Ow. Okay, shields are still holding. That's good, at least. I really don't like going last when there's 5 enemy attacks. Could I please go? Jesus Christ. Ram? He better not be ramming. Oh, come on. He still had enough movement to get away from the front of my ship. Yeah, their red lasers are trash, but they move fast enough that it's still a pain in the ass to hit them. Okay, hold on. How do we want to do this? First of all, fire the torpedoes. Secondly, yes. That, and that. Yes.
Helmsman, take us in.
Bring us around. Open fire. Good. There we go. Open fire. Fire. Good. Then we're going to swap you around. There we go. A little bit of damage. Nothing else we can do there. Oh, we have to move one more.
Engage the engines.
Yeah. Go. Please go. Oh, bullshit, you piece of crap. The red lasers might be trash, Ptolemy, but there's 4 of them, and that's before this light cruiser gets over. Yeah, it's in range now. And they opened a warp rift. Fun. Well, this guy should be dead. Goodbye. How do we want to do this? We're gonna fire on him. We're gonna fire that.
Fire at will.
Then we're gonna fire that.
Make every shot count.
Come on. Good. Good shots. Good shots on target. And we're gonna force you to flip around. Damn, I was really hoping that would kill him. If we move here. Yep.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
And we're gonna open fire.
Open fire.
Good. That's much better. Alright, keep moving. Flip us around. Alright, now things are looking a bit better. Oh, really? He doesn't take any damage from that? I would have thought that would do something to him. Oh, it is a heretic ship. Of course it's not. I have gotten better. We've only had one, I think it was the last stream where we had issues. Is that going to... Yes, okay, so...
Let them taste our fury.
Open fire. Oh, okay, he's pretty frickin' weak. If we then go this way... Oh, hold on. What about there? Yes, there we go. Tight turn, tight turn. Bring us around. Go ahead and launch the torpedoes. And open fire.
The enemy shield is down. Time to unleash a counterattack. Burn in the fires of retribution.
Alright, all that's left is that little bugger. Get back here. Get back here, you piece of shit. Oh, good. Sucks to be you, buddy.
All clear. Congratulations, Lord Captain.
Sweet. Rank 4. Picked up some Void Heretic cargo. And... oh! Galleon Ceramite plating protects the vessel from harm, negating 7 points of damage on the port and starboard and 3 points of damage on the fore and aft. Interesting. I'd probably prefer having protection on all sides. Okay, so we'll go ahead and repair. Yeah. Ah, yes, upgrade time. No, that seems like a bad idea. Strafe might be useful. I agree. I think the shallow jump is probably the best choice, just to give us more capability. Oh. The flagship's torpedo tubes are loaded with 3 torpedo salvos instead of 1. That could be very useful. The most damaged sector of the flagship shield restores up to 50% of its strength. Useful. That's not bad either. Till the end of combat, the bonus damage dealt by a void shield ram. Feels like that's... Why wouldn't you do that until the end of combat? That seems like a really useful ability. Like, an incredibly useful ability. Flagship's auger scan. While the flagship is in position, its evasion is increased by 37%. Like, I'm reading this correct, right? Void ship's weapon that fires torpedoes can land a direct hit or deal damage. So this would launch 3 sets of torpedoes rather than just 1. Like, I'm reading that correctly, right? Or is it that I can fire 3 torpedo salvos one after the other without waiting for it to reload? Because that's the only other interpretation I can think of. How many of these do we get? That's flagship development. That's later. No, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ultimate abilities. If that's the case, that's the other thing, like... Duration is +1 round for every 10 points in the Master of Maneuver's athletic skill. 7 attacks from 8 to 4. See, the thing is, that's just a lot of damage. I'm willing to go on that one, and we'll grab all hands on deck later if need be. Oh. Can drastically change the tide of battle by using your ultimate ability for yourself. Note that you can only use one ultimate ability per combat. Okay. Ultimate abilities are so powerful that it takes significantly longer time to recharge. When using ultimate abilities, be aware they may still be on cooldown the next time you enter battle. Oh. It fills up each of your flagship turns in combat at the end of each battle as a result of certain events during space of exploration. So does that mean it can actually be beneficial to just if you move very far away from one enemy and just run out the clock until your ability recharges? Well, we'll find out. Duration 6. Okay. Alright. Still, I'm happy with that. Alright, where were we? Right. Scan. What have we got? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Heading on over to the rock in space. 2 plasteel. Not very useful. Not very worthwhile. We don't have enough extractums to be going after 2 plasteel. Oh, by their arduous labor and unbreaking spirit do his faithful servants fuel hundreds of imperial worlds. Their entire lives are an example to the true service of humanity. Oh, how did I miss that there's a goddamn warp gate here? Lord Captain, we are passing by a construct marked on the star charts as a dimensional gate. Our augurs are not showing any suspicious energy readings. The device is dormant. Thank the Emperor. What exactly is this gate? An ancient Xenos artifact. Older than humanity itself, judging by the design. This is a gate leading somewhere, possibly straight into the wicked abyss of the warp, considering all the nasty shit that used to roam around here. Many captains, her ladyship Theodora included, have tried to reveal its secrets, but it seems that none can figure out how it works. Good for them, if you ask me. What was Theodora interested in? Her ladyship did not exactly share her plans with us. Always kept them close to her chest, but I'd go out on a limb and say she was searching for a way to open the gate and see what's on the other side. The Cognizance fleet conducted its own analysis of this Xeno artifact. All records of the expedition to the site were added to the exploration catalog. Nasty in what way exactly, helmsman? I don't want to repeat the rumors that I don't know the truth of, but it was bad. There was words of ships and even whole trade convoys disappearing. Captains started avoiding this system, until eventually the Lord Inquisitor came here and made short work of whatever it was. Hasn't been much in the way of rumors ever since, Oof, sorry, burp there. The Inquisition made sure voidsmen kept their mouths shut. Whatever the gate used to spew out must have been profane and a danger to us all. Report received. Nonetheless, I wish to study this construct. Lord Captain, I would advise against approaching the gate. The Inquisition has declared the entire area around it off limits and packed it with mines. Our augurs won't even be able to detect them. Oh, okay, so you should have led with that, Ravor. Just telling me that, oh yeah, the Inquisition came along and deactivated it doesn't tell me jack shit. Start with the minefield that would kill us all if we try to move through it. Okay? Like, I appreciate the explanation, but please lead off with the relevant details first. So I'm already going to go on a limb and guess that that is where the Eldar have been entering the region from, most likely. Alright, warp travel back to Outermit 2. Nothing we can do there. We're going to have to bring this down, aren't we? Yes, yes we are. Let's at least bring it down to a yellow. And then we'll decide if we want to bring it down to... Oop. A portion of the engine decks were suddenly transformed into exotic gardens. Several chambers sprouted foliage vaguely resembling the plants once found on Terra, although they exhibited a glass-like surface polished to a mere sheen. While reflections in the plants perfectly copied the surrounding objects, they did not show a single living being. Those who peered into them saw grotesque, blood-covered creatures instead, not unlike bloated abyssal fish with a pair of clawed limbs, sometimes more. Unable to destroy the sinister growth, the voidsmen covered it with plasteel hoods until leaving the immaterium, finally ridding the vessel of the corruption. By the God Emperor's grace, no perils of the warp prevented the vessel from returning to real space. Chart new routes. Really? Both of these are still cut off as well. Interesting. Well, That does appear to be the only route right now, but we'll see what happens. Let's... Oh, right. There's supposed to be Eldari survivors in this system. Oh, boy. Great. Okay. Quick save. Oh. I was so focused on this, I didn't even notice this over here. A violent battle is unfolding before the rogue trader's eyes. Patrol ships from the Korda fleet are tearing apart 2 small Eldari vessels. Once they are finished with them, the void ships give chase after the third, already damaged vessel, clearly with the intention of destroying it as well. Seeing the last ship's impending death, Irilet calls out to the Lord Captain, her voice trembling slightly. Only the rogue trader's intervention can save her kin from this massacre. Send a message to Incendia Korda's fleet ordering them to cease combat. The Voxmaster relays the Lord Captain's demand to stop the battle, and soon returns with a reply. According to the Korda ships, the group of Xenos are a malicious group of criminals. They are guilty of raiding the system's planets and robbing merchant vessels. Incendia Korda's void ships are intent on performing their duty before the Emperor and exterminating the Xenos. Irilet sullenly watches the unfolding chase through the stained glass window of the captain's bridge. She grimly concedes that no crime should go unpunished, except her kin were flying transport ships. It would have been impossible for them to rob a ship, let alone launch a planetary raid. Vessels such as theirs simply lack the firepower to do so. The Monkai are lying. We still got good chances on both of those. Heinrichs, analyze the intact void ship real fast. Despite the presence of some weaponry, the Xenos ship is likely meant for transporting cargo or for the Xenos themselves rather than direct combat. Okay, so that verifies Irilet's concerns. Ask Korda's patrol for proof of the Xenos God, that's probably not going to go well. Still. The patrol's captain reluctantly admits that there is no conclusive proof. The system is sometimes the target of piratical raids. However, this changes nothing. His servants must have no mercy for the enemies of humanity. Oh, for bloody hell. Emperor, save us from people who just want to get the Imperium involved in more fights than it's capable of handling. Demand that the Korda warships cease fire immediately and pull back. Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course we failed this one. Yep. The Korda Dynasty Patrol will defend the Protectorate's borders, be it from invading Xenos or the threat of another rogue trader. Oh, great. Oh, I was really hoping to avoid that. I was really hoping with an 80% that we were going to do good, but I suppose it was only a matter of time before we failed something of... Those are full-blown Falchion-class frigates. Holy shit. Why am I always going last? Okay, well, first of all...
Keep up the pressure.
Fire the torpedoes. Secondly, move forward by 1. Open fire.
Salvo!
That really wasn't that much damage, and I don't like that at all. Imperial Storm. If I do that, I'll be able to attack with both of those. Please move forward. Point blank fire.
The impure tremble
With the force of a supernova.
No. Shallow jump. And we're going to pull along here and open fire.
Make every shot count.
Good shot, good shot. Oh, and oh crap, that means we have to keep going. Maybe it would hit both of them, but it's not going to do much damage, and I'm not sure. It makes 7 attacks, each of which targets a random enemy in an 8th cell. Can only be used once per round, plus 1 round for every 10 points in the Warp Channeler's warp skill. Can I move there? Maybe. Hold on. I would rather have only a single target so that all of that damage gets dealt to one enemy. So we're going to go ahead and hold off on that. Yep, he's going to fire his lance battery and his macro cannons. And he's going to pull up alongside. Oh, he's got his own torpedoes. Great. Ow. Well, luckily they're splitting their fire on a variety of spots. As long as we can avoid those torpedoes, we should be fine. Go ahead and impact directly. Right up their tailpipe. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Yes, hold on. Okay, so we do... No, we do not want to do that. Those torpedoes are going to be a pain in the ass. Okay, okay. How do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? I do want new heading, because we want... If I get here... No, that will not allow me to hit him properly. If I get there, still no. I will be able to impact those, and if we're here, he's not going to be able to shoot me with either of those. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold the phone, turn off the fucking thing, thank you. So first, open fire. Good. I'm gonna bring it around. That way we are in range of both.
Take us in.
Come on, spin us around. This should be a tight enough turn that neither of those can hit me this turn. We're gonna open fire. Very nice. Rear shot. He's almost dead. Then we're going to warp wave, which will kill him.
Where we tread, the unfaithful fall.
It's at best gonna knock out one, or what is it? 3? I would at most destroy 3. Open fire. Good damage, good damage. Okay, so this will... that's gonna waste it on the torpedoes, though, and I don't want to do that. Fuck it. Still not bad. Still not bad. That was actually good damage. That was actually good damage. Alright, end turn. Yeah, they're not going to be able to turn tight enough in order to hit me. Wow, he wasn't even able to hit me at all. If we bring it back around this way, he'll be in perfect aim for multiple hits. Hold on. Oh, he's still in range with that. All right.
Make every shot count.
We broke their shield, Lord
Another knock
Captain.
on the macro
Well,
cannon.
that made things easy.
Engage the engines. With the force of a supernova. Launch batteries. Volley.
Yeah. Move, please. And then they pop, and they move, and they pop. There we go.
Victory is ours.
Well, I hope you're happy, Irilette, because I wasn't able to talk those people down. And I swear to God, if you use that stupid line that the Eldar sometimes like to use with the whole, oh, well, the Eldar lives are worth more, I'm not going to be happy with that. By the Lord Captain's order, the ships of House Korda have been annihilated. Meanwhile, the wounded Xenos ship is rapidly distancing itself from the recent battlefield, attempting to hide in the shadow of the nearest world. Every attempt to contact it is met with frustration, and the Voxmaster reports that the vessel is in deplorable condition. Who knows how much more the xenotechnology can endure before the irreparable happens. The Eldari are too scared and resent.
Yeah. Yes, Irilet, I'm sure you think that, but for the love of the Emperor, don't say it out loud on a bridge full of people who don't think that way. The Eldar could solve... Okay, the Imperium could solve 90% of its problems by not shooting first. Not necessarily not shooting, just not shooting first. And the Eldar could solve something like 95% of their problems if they would learn to read the room. This is the real reason the Imperium and the Eldar absolutely should get together in a military alliance. It's because they're both horrible. Are too scared and resentful of the Monkai for the recent deaths of their kin to answer any incoming hails. Despite this, Irilet is certain that she can convince them to cooperate with the Elantak if she is allowed to speak with them. Alright, let her speak with them. Oh my god, it goes off of her persuasion? Oh, we are fucked. We are fucked. Oh god. Oh, thank Christ. Okay. Ooh, there's the karma for failing the 80% check. Oh god. 2 full watches pass, and the Xenos finally decide to answer Irilet's pleas concerning the Elantak's assistance, guardedly asking how exactly the Monkai can help their vessel. The Eldari note that the humans' primitive technology are incapable of healing the Eldari vessel's wounds, but the sudden benevolence of one human is equally incapable of bringing back those who perished in the recent engagements. Accepting board the ship, there's no way in hell they'll accept that. They will not. No, they won't. We can direct the Eldari ship to Janus. The Xenos there can find refuge among their kind. Wait, what? What the fuck? How the fuck? What the fuck? Xenos half-heartedly thank the rogue trader and turn their ship towards the distant stars and the inevitable death in the void. No words are exchanged on the bridge, but everyone understands that the wounded ship will never make it there. A few Terran days later, a blue flash on the edge of the system confirms the vessel's unfortunate fate. Only the thin figure of the Eldari stands motionless against the backdrop of the intricate stained... Yeah, that's what I get for being iconoclast. I should have known that this was going to start happening. Mourning the fallen in solemn silence. Once the pain in Irilet's soul is numb, she turns to the Lord Captain and nods, a short gesture of gratitude for their attempt to save those who could hardly be saved. You know what? I'm just going to take it as a sign that if I had offered them spots on the ship, they would have equally declined. So, we tried. God Emperor, we tried. Can't save the Eldar from their fucking selves, now can I? Ugh. Scan. Yep, sometimes the game just says, fuck you. This planet is devoid of even the most primitive forms of life. However, the crew has made quite a strange discovery. A mirror lying right in the center of a huge crater. A completely ordinary mirror in a frame, by all appearances, in pristine condition. Okay, no, okay. The two options should not be orbital bombardment and, yeah, let's bring it aboard. Send a fucking crew down with some spacesuits and take a look at the damn thing first. Let's bring the mirror. The mirror now hangs in the walls of one of the compartments. It looks completely normal. However, only an hour after its arrival, the Voxmaster reports that the shuttle crew has delivered the mirror has disappeared. The people who hung the mirror have also disappeared. And the enforcer who wandered into the compartment by mistake and stopped to fix his new non-regulation cravat has vanished without a trace. Okay, that's just gonna get people killed. We can try to send in the servitors. Stops responding the moment they enter the compartment. Okay, we're not doing this again. Blow the compartment. Deciding that half measures are simply not enough, the Lord Captain gave the order to blow up the compartment. The demolition team carried out the procedure with pinpoint precision, resulting in minimal damage to the rest of the vessel. However, the pick recorder and the servo skull sent to survey the situation showed that the mirror was not damaged in the slightest and is now lying in the cavity left by the explosion. This is what I get for... See, but I will at least give the game this. This is exactly why the Imperium's dogmatic approach of bomb it from orbit is still considered standard practice. Because then shit like this happens.
And I'm left wondering, dear God, does the universe hate me? And then I remember, it's Warhammer 40k. The universe doesn't just hate you, it hates you specifically. As an individual person, it knows everything about you and hates specifically you. Ugh. This is obviously not going to work. Use explosives first, then depressurize the compartment. It's the only way to ensure the cursed mirror is expelled from the ship. The tech priest mournfully set to work, beseeching this machine spirit for forgiveness. After a series of targeted explosions and depressurization procedures, they assure the Lord Captain that the mirror is gone. Just in case, all cavities were filled with blessed caulk. I love the idea that the Mechanicus has blessed caulk. God, there's no way to put, there's no other way to put it. I'm sorry, I've worked with construction materials, and the idea of blessed caulk is just, there's no words. There's no words. Is that something the Mechanicus has to have on a conveyor belt? Just getting mass blessed? Just, you have a tech priest whose entire job is just blessing caulk at all times. And Berneric hymns were sung for 2 days and nights. There are no further incidents. The ship was able to continue its journey. You know what? I deserve that. I deserve that. Pay the scrap. I deserve that. This whole system has been nothing but pain. A vigilant member of the Augur crew has detected a small Xenos vessel drifting through the void. The ship is unpowered and shows no signs of being crewed. Send out a boarding shuttle. The squad boarded the vessel without issue. Corrosion has laid waste to the ship's systems, which lead to the death of the entire crew. The interior is full of Eldari corpses. No weapons were found on board, and the dead Xenos, judging by their clothing, were not part of any warrior caste. Merely the crew of the now defunct ship. Praise the Omnissiah for caulk. Yes, Kato. The Xenos Irlit claims to have recognized the symbols on the dead Eldari's clothes. They were civilian refugees from Craftworld Krudarak. See, that's making... no, I'm not save scumming. There's a part of me that wants to go back and offer them a spot on my ship and see if they'd actually take it. There's nothing I can do. It probably wouldn't have mattered. Do not save scum. Do not. We are on stream. We are not going to repeat the same events in the game over and over and over again trying to get the best result. Just play the game. Just play the game. Just play the game. Ugh. 2 plasteel. Absolutely worthless. Let's go kill some pirates.
The litany of ordnance rings out across our decks.
Alert. The Jakari have blocked some of your flagship's posts using an unknown Xenos power. Your crew will gain control of these posts in several rounds. Well, that's not good. What did they lock me out? Of course they locked me out of my shit. Fuck you. What is that? A Sigil class destroyer and a Talon Cyrex class frigate. Alright, alright. Well, 2 can play the torpedo game. Let's see here. We do that. Really? There we go. That is tight enough that those aren't going to be able to swing around to try and hit me. And then we can bring ourselves alongside for additional fire. Or at least we should. If I go there... Yes, that would be better, because then we can use our last 2 points to move closer and hit him with additional force. There we go.
Fire at will.
Fire.
With the force of a supernova.
Good, good. And then we're going to move... Yes. There we go.
Let them taste our fury.
Full broadside. He's still doing pretty good on damage. Alright, where's the other ship? Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay, we don't really have to worry about that then. Good luck, dude. It's gonna take you like 2 turns to get over here. Or not. Holy shit, he moved far. Holy crap. Oh, you son of a bitch. Are they gonna... Well... Okay. It does, Ptolemy, but it's very much something that it's part of the reason actually I wanted to stream this game, because when I first played it, in addition to the bugs and the other issues, I found myself save scumming constantly, and I do this with a lot of my RPGs. And part of the reason I even want to stream it is to cut down on that, because it has ruined my enjoyment of some games. Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is a great example. I have literally played up to the reconquest of the first major city. I can't remember what it's called in the game, but it's basically the first 2 acts of the game, like a dozen times, because every single time I inevitably go, oh, but what if this event had went different? Or, oh, what if I had this character build? And it literally destroyed my enjoyment of the game. And it was entirely self-inflicted. Entirely self-inflicted. Maybe one day I'll stream the entirety of Wrath of the Righteous on this channel, and I would love to do that, and it will force me, much like in this game, to not save scum. To just accept what happens, keep moving, things will be fine. Just play through the game. If you don't get the absolute best ending, that's okay. As I said, there are some things I will mitigate on, like I do have a guide bookmarked on my web browser for the Eurolet romance, because I do want that as the romance option for the game, and I know that romance option is fairly esoteric, so I looked up a guide on that. But I don't want to do that for everything, obviously. All right. If we do that, he will be in range of both of those, which are still my best options. He is fairly low on health. So yes, swing us around.
Launch batteries, fully.
Come on.
Fire
Oh, he's gonna... No. Yeah, he's almost dead. Almost dead. Oh, Jesus. The Destroyer has almost 100 health. Jesus Christ. Oh. Okay, their damage isn't very high, but that's to be expected of Drakari. Really? He didn't move. That seems like a horrible idea, my dude. A truly horrible idea. Wonder if I can pull this off. No, not there. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if I screw it up completely, then I screw it up completely. But I will do my best not to have that happen. If I go there, I should be able to hit him. And then I should be able to keep moving. Okay, good. We're gonna open fire on him.
Open fire.
No mercy for the enemies of humanity.
Let them
Open
taste
fire on
our
that side.
fury.
Good shots, good shots. If I do that... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Helmsman, take us in.
Tight turn. Fire off the
Keep up the
torpedoes.
pressure.
And then open fire. Oh, he's gonna have a... It's gonna be a hard time hitting him, but...
Launch batteries, fully.
And then we're going to... Warp wave. Yep. Oh, we need to move one more spot. Tight turns on that thing. God damn. Ah, missiles. Oh my god, he's still going. That's not good. That's not good at all. I can't do anything. See, this is what I was worried about with torpedoes. So obviously torpedoes are not going to do very well against the Drakari because they have way too fucking much maneuverability. No. He is still in range of that, so we're going to open fire. Good shot, good shot. it's not tight enough. If I move there, he still won't be in range. Oh.
Make every shot count.
Come on, we just need one. There we go. And then we're going to zip around here. Fire.
Cannons, open fire.
And then they pop. Boop. Okay, just end the game. Thank you. Flicker field generator, Drakari. Yep, good. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, that was nice and simple, all things considered. Aside from my existential crisis over safe scumming. Thank you for dealing with my mental instability there, everybody. Alright, so, yep, that's it there. Interesting that we can't get to these. So we're going to travel here first. Uh-oh. Warp breach. Unholy, ungodly fiends spreading sorcerous disease walk the lower decks, gathering a cohort of infected voidsmen. If no measures are taken immediately, an entire bay could be turned into a den of heresy. Oh, okay, so we can either outfit people using the cargo, outfit people with the holy gifts, or we can deal with it ourselves. We'll deal with it ourselves. Why wouldn't we? This is chaos stuff, so we'll bring Heinrichs along for the additional psychic support. Oh, stretch. Stretch. Oh, my back. There we go. Huh. I don't even know. Oh, because we got all that experience while we were flying around. Fair enough. Do I want anything else with? I don't think so. The Psyker uses psychic power. All enemies adjacent to the Psyker suffer psi rating damage. No, if I was a melee Psyker, that'd be great. I'm sorry, but like killing 4 or 5 enemies is pretty common. Killing 8 right now in a single combat is not. Not with my character. Stabilizing factor. I really should consider taking that, given how often I use it. Yeah, we'll go ahead with stabilizing factor. Abelard. No. I think there's anything from down here that he needs. No. So we're going to focus on the stuff up here. No. Whenever an attack made by an ally hits the Vanguard for the first time in a round, that attack deals no damage. That's useful, if only because he's usually in Argenta's way, and I have to use Argenta's ability to prevent it from hitting him. So yeah, we'll go with that for right now. Plus, it'll make him safe from my own fire abilities when I use them near him. Bonus to critical damage, bonus to armor. Gaining a stack of versatility, increases critical hit chance by 5%. Go ahead and grab that for her. That's useful. Withdraw is also good with Pascal because plasma weapons are kind of mid-range, so I do have to keep moving him up. We'll go ahead and take withdraw. Let me see. He's damaged by the navigator suffering. No, because that's attacks of opportunity, and we rarely get those. sure any of these others... There's a couple survivability ones that I do want to give her at some point. Ebb and Flow is probably a good buff for her. We'll go ahead and grab that. And Heinrichs. We'll just go ahead and grab Edge of Dawn. Straight up damage improvement for him, since he's a meleeer. Oh, great. The fucking... There's just... Oh, great. Cultists of Nurgle. Oh, isn't that just cute? Oh boy, everything's just going to hell down here, isn't it?
Does something trouble you?
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was...
I know how to take risks.
How many of you are there? I count 3, and there's probably more over there. Can we just draw you off? Why is it not opening when I do that? Oh, whatever. Oh, no, 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 no. Not. Fuck. God damn, this is going to be annoying, isn't it? Oh, Plague Bearer. Oh, that's great. Where did they find all of these chemical barrels? Okay, so those guys are going to come from behind. What have we got? What have we got? 1 Plague Bearer, 2 Plague Bearer, Cultists of Nurgle. What do they have on there? Whenever this creature suffers melee damage, it erupts, dealing 8 damage to adjacent creatures. Every enemy the Navigator has in their line. Okay, yeah. And incoming toxic damage restores the creature's wounds. Okay. Cassia. Can't see jack shit. None of that counts as cover. Oh, that's just great. How does that count as cover from the other... Okay, I guess that... Oh, whatever. Abelard. Pascal. Regenta. Me. And Heinrichs. Actually, Heinrichs, stay back a few steps. Just in case those guys come from behind. Yes, go ahead. Force them there. Yeah, he wasn't able to get all the way there. That's fine.
If I may.
Buff. Then we're going to... extra turn. Okay, that's a good one, Ptolemy. Okay, that's a good... Well, actually, that's probably the one case where it wouldn't, because being that she's an Eldar, Irolet's response would be, it is a problem, because I'm here. So let's not have that happen, shall we? Alright, and we're going to set him on fire. Oh yes, glorious damage. If I do that, I can use Firestorm. But if I do this, everybody takes more burning damage. We'll do Firestorm for right now.
It's as good
Boom.
as done.
Oh yeah, look at that. He'll be dead next turn. Just gonna go ahead and mark you then. And we're done. And then we're gonna use that and hold you in place. Good. Veil degradation change. Oh good, we're reducing veil degradation as well. Very nice. Oh, it's my turn anyways. Sucks to be you, buddy. I don't think... Yeah, we're gonna be waiting on them to come this way. Oh, that's gonna be... Oh. Okay, okay. Well, I suppose we can draw them this way, and if we can funnel them into here, that'll be real easy pickings for us. I'm gonna cast that. Ignite. And then Inflame. Ah, yeah. Burn, Nurgle, burn. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think going out there would be a good idea. So we're going to hold fast here. Argenta, however, we go there, and then... Oh, she's got a good chance of blowing up her own cover, which is going to be aggravating, but... Oh well.
Guided by faith.
Let's see what we can do here.
Faith
Open
without
fire.
deeds is worthless.
Yeah, that's what I expected. Wait, did that stop her burst? What the hell? That doesn't make any... Oh, whatever.
Chaos guides me.
Oh, they're gonna heal from that.
Faith shields me.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I should have realized that.
Enemy is betrayed of his faithful. My vow is deserved.
Good shot. We have a decent chance. Go ahead and throw that on him. Go ahead and... Go ahead and use that. And then go ahead and... Oh, wait. Hold on. Mark him. And then shoot him. There we go. You can't heal if I've turned you into a bubbling pile of goo. Alright, that's another cultist.
I am your doom.
2.
Death to non-believers.
I really need them to bunch up. Oh, really? Another grenade? Oh, wait, what the fuck? What in the hell? Where the hell was he? Oh, boy. Well, Abelard, please smack this person in the face.
At your beck and call.
Oh, I didn't mean for you to... whatever.
Indeed.
Just smack him in the face, please.
Reduced to dust.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to charge him in there, aren't I? Yep.
It will be done. Why is it?
Whoa, it stopped him? Seriously? Curse of Rust. 10 arm. Oh, man. Okay, pop that. We're gonna need it.
Vengeance will be swift.
Okay, well, throw the iron arm on him first of all, so that way Abelard can do more damage. And secondly, can he reach any of them? Yes. Deal damage to him. Then we're gonna throw this down on everybody here. Get the buff. Endure. It's better than nothing. Yep, he's gonna pop out here.
I bring
Oh. Oh, he has a shotgun, that's why. Oh my god, Argenta. Jesus Christ, she takes damage every single turn.
The navigator is coming.
Okay, hold on.
Me?
Grant her a bonus.
You insist, Lord Captain.
Then we're going to... Point of curiosity. And we're going to give me an additional turn.
I've faced worse than this.
Oh, that'll kill him. That's a problem. Well,
It's as good as
do it on him.
he never stood a chance.
Well. Oh, good. We get a second attack.
Who, if
Go ahead and cast that on him. And now they're dead. Go ahead and pop. Cuts and cracks appear on your skin. Oh boy, that's just great. Yeah, veil degradation is way too high, but we don't have much of a choice.
Help me, Lord Captain.
You're fine, Cassia. You have literally taken the least amount of damage out of everyone here who's taken damage. Calm down. No, too far away. There's what, 3 of them left? Yeah. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. Okay. I really wish there was... That'll do.
taking calculated risk is my second nature.
Oh, God. Okay, that literally does damage for every point you pass through. Okay, fuck you guys. Alright, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm getting real sick and tired of this. Cast it on you. Then we're gonna pop this. Then we're gonna firestorm.
I'll see to it personally. You never stood a chance.
That sets all of you on fire. And then I'm gonna do this, and you're going to burn.
Another enemy down.
Are we done now? Can the gas please dissipate?
I always keep my options open.
Thank you. Oh. Oh, he's attempting to T-pose for dominance. I don't think that's gonna work, buddy. He'll T-pose until we drop out of the warp, and then his body will just spontaneously explode or something. Probably gonna want to space him before that happens, then. Alright, guys. What else have you got? Just basic equipment and a bunch of gas cloud grenades, which is to be expected. Nothing over here. What does the valve do? Nothing. Okay. Are we done here? Or is there... Oh, hold on. There's more, isn't there? No? Nothing? No? Doesn't appear to be. Well, it must be slightly longer than that because we haven't really picked up any additional crew. Though, to be fair, this ship has a crew in the 26,000 range, so quite frankly, we probably have a lot of extras. Also, I imagine the life expectancy varies greatly depending on what part of the ship you're on. Ugh. Oh. I was half expecting another space battle, honestly. Oh, 7 Promethium. Again, we're kind of okay on Promethium right now. I don't want to waste these extractums until I'm sure that I need the resources for something. Oh. This is a settled world. Oh. Santil's Pride. A hive city. The Santil's Pride hives are oozing noxious haze veined with sulfurous streaks. The promethium fumes from the gigantic distilling cauldrons located beyond the temperature shields. Vast, endless deadlands littered with spots of promethium stations and refineries separate the colossi of Rockcrete and Adamantine with its crown of gargantuan spires. The heat of the system's star has turned this world into a boiling but lucrative gland within the body of House Corda's protectorate. It's hard to tell what's more impressive, the grotesque grandeur of this place or the extreme toxicity. I have a feeling we'll be coming back here at some point. Just a guess. Ice World? Ice World. Ooh, another adamantine, but we're doing okay on that right now, so we will hold off. Yeah, there was too little in that system. We're definitely going to be going back and visiting that place at some point. Okay, so that allows us to bypass that. We still can't get here. And we still can't get here. I'm going to warp travel back to Tenebris Aquae. We're going to reduce the route difficulty here. And then we're going to reduce the route difficulty here. Because now we have a direct path between our colony worlds and Footfall. Alright, it's time to go. Welcome to Kiava Gamma. Yep, dead end system. That's what I thought.
Lord Captain, according to telemetry, we are in the system of Kiava Gamma, the main industrial world of the Von Valencius dynasty. However, our astropaths report that attempts to contact Governor Gaprak have been unsuccessful.
Wait. The Voxmaster is silent for a few seconds.
Lord Captain, new report. Kiava Gamma is sending a request to exchange data. Should we accept it?
No, because we know from running into the other ship that the main problem right now is heretics. Ignore it. For the love of the Emperor, ignore it. As you command, Lord Captain. The Voxmaster switches to a nearby comm channel to relay your instructions to the crew. For several minutes, nothing happens.
Lord Captain, we have ignored the transmission as you ordered, but the Vox system has detected a dozen more incoming requests. Their number is growing every second, and each one is becoming more insistent and stronger. I think I hear something.
Suddenly, a deafening screech erupts from the bridge's Vox system. You hear violent tirades of garbled Beneric code with the low chuckles of machinery. Lord Captain, interference detected in the compartment's Vox system. Looks like the bridge is cut off from the rest of the void ship. The void ship's bridge, sounds of working cogitators and officer footsteps. The everyday scene is interrupted by the ear-splitting beeping sound, followed by the lumens going out one by one. Codex, you shall never open attached files in Vox transmissions from unknown sources, yeah. What would be the Mechanicus' protocol on that? Verily shall you initiate the sacred firewall, scan all such files as they enter your person, cast away all that which you do not allow, and give no permissions to any program to access your vital functions. Something like that. In the dim glow of candles and emergency lights, one of the officers in frame cries out. Another falls to her knees, clutching her head. Over the beeping of Voxes, shouts can only be heard. What's going on? The doors are locked. We've lost all contact with the other compartments. One of the bridge officers turns to the throne. Lord Captain, Vox stations are malfunctioning and overloading the system. None of our outgoing transmissions are getting through. Incoming ones that do make it are distorted beyond interpretation. The Lord Captain gives the order to continue sending orders from the bridge. Request status updates from the other compartments. The officer salutes and hurries over to the bridge Vox system, the Vox Master who is leaning over her station. Moments later, a cry of surprise. Lord Captain, our transmissions are being distorted as we speak. Depressurize lower bays. Execute adepts of the machine cult. Disable life support system. If even one command gets out. Savani de Firenze gives the order to Pascal, stop the transmission process at any cost. The Voxmaster nods curtly and connects his tangle of cables coming from the back of her head to the main Vox station. Spirit of the ship, I beseech thee, shield us from this peril and allow not the heretical signals to pass. Vigdis begins entering one command after another. The station groans, streaks and sparks under her fingers, and a shock passes through the wires. Blood drips onto the control panel, and Vigdis lets out a grinding cry but does not relent. A few moments later, she crumples. Signals have been blocked. She then falls unconscious. Damn, this is some good fucking artwork over here. You've got a half-crazed guardsman who looks like he just got done with throat surgery from a Mechanicus adept. You've got all these Mechanicus people dealing with all their shit. You've got this guy who looks like somebody just sent him, like, I don't know, a heretical Rule 34 porn folder or something. It looks like he's about ready to claw what's left of his non-augmetic parts of his body out. Jesus. I also love the laughing this servo skull looks like it's laughing. It just straight up is. This servo skull is laughing, probably at that guy choking in the background. It wouldn't surprise me. Scrap code. The voice belongs to the on-deck engine seer who has turned to the Lord Captain from his station. We have been attacked with scrap code, tech heresy designed to corrupt the sacred machine. Transmission received from the planet was infected. It is now running through the ship's veins. Omnissiah, preserve us. The Voidborn officer appears before the Lord Captain once more. Whatever it is that's attacking us, we have a backup procedure that can circumvent the Vox barrier. It's in the atrium leading to the bridge. There's a terminal with an isolated system that might still be unaffected. A loud pop. The pipes over the officer's head burst, and a blast of hot air flings the Voidborn away from the Lord Captain, his body slamming straight through a cogitator panel. The picked frame spins uncontrollably. The servo skull was jolted by the gust. The picked recorder fogs over, the Vox picking up the crackling of electricity and a death cry. Gas! Gas on the bridge! A junior attendant shouts and instantly doubles over, inhaling the poisoned air. The rogue trader gives the order to evacuate immediately. The rogue trader personally oversees the evacuation. Bring the plasma cutters! Get the wounded to the exit! The officers repeat his orders. When the servo skull follows the rogue trader reaching the doors, they fall to the plasma cutters and crumble outward. The rogue trader is the last to leave the bridge. Leaning on a support beam, the rogue trader takes several deep breaths trying to flush his lungs with air. Then he straightens, smooths his uniform, and heads towards a goal known only to him. The servo skull follows. The atrium is in a state of panic. Silhouettes skitter about in the dark hall, illuminated only by the flickering of the emergency lumens. Curt orders and someone's feverish words of prayer can be heard. Having lost all communication, the beheaded ship is writhing in agony. It takes a while for the Lord Captain to find the cogitator mentioned by the fallen officer. The panel of the isolated terminal is riddled with cracks and bloodstains, and on the floor by the terminal a tech priest is lying in a heap, his head smashed and technical liquids mixed with blood oozing from his ports. The Lord Captain decides to... Hold on. OBS. Bitrate's good. Okay, I'm just being paranoid. Sorry about that. To take his chances restoring the terminal. The rogue trader... Okay, did use Pascal's, thank God. The rogue trader rips the power key off of the tech priest mechadendrite and opens the cover on the terminal, sparks flying in his face, but he's confident in his manipulation of the tangled wires and clanging levers. After replacing the cover and ensuring that the system is restored, the Lord Captain brings up the required data on the screens. Currently, the most frightening situation on the ship is in the arsenal. Some of the distorted commands, despite the bridge's best efforts, still made it to the compartment, and the lower-ranking technomants complied, raising the temperature inside the ordnance depot. The heat is about to hit critical levels. The shells are going to explode, blowing the arsenal and the neighboring compartments to smithereens. The Lord Captain knows where help is needed most. He decides to head to the arsenal himself. When the Lord Captain and the officers he's gathered along the way reach the arsenal, the servo skull's ocular lens instantly fogs over. On the Vox recording, the rogue traders issue commands calmly and succinctly. Execute those responsible for carrying out an asinine order that came from the bridge, and get the compartments sorted. The 3 technician teams immediately head to the overheated reactors, and the privates to the warhead transporters. An hour later, the situation is finally back to normal. The walk, returning to the bridge, is uneventful. The crisis has passed. Though wounded and crippled, the ship nonetheless has returned to normal operation. Life on the bridge is bustling as ever, even though the people are surrounded by destruction. The senior officers have the situation under control, and the people have been organized. The emergency crews have finished repairing the pipes, technomats are fitting up new cogitators and consoles, and the healers are bagging up what few corpses there are and examining the wounded. By the comm station, the rogue trader runs into the Voxmaster. Praise the Emperor, you're in one piece, Lord Captain. The situation on board is satisfactory. I was in the middle of setting up comm channels. Soon, all Voxcasters will return to full operation. Another man appears in the pick frame, a junior officer completely out of breath carrying a heap of scrolls. The Voxmaster nods at him. Here are your reports, Lord Captain. If you find yourself able to return to your station, I can immediately give you a rundown on the current state of affairs aboard the ship. Lord Captain, the Voxmaster's voice is quivering with exhaustion. The situation has been brought under control, more or less. It will take some time to eliminate the full consequences of the scrap code attack completely, but the vessel is now capable again. We may even begin to conduct a warp jump if you feel we should leave the system. Please allow me to bring you up to date. Fortunately, the bridge suffered only minor losses. The reports mentioned only a few casualties that have been replaced. Kiava Gamma went silent after transmitting the harmful signal. I will refrain from sending any inquiries to the industrial world to avoid a second attack. I am afraid, however, we have exhausted our options for remote analysis. More information can only be obtained by closing the distance or even sending an away party to the planet's surface. The Vox clicks as Heinrichs joins the channel. The time has come to remind you of our agreement, Savani de Firenze. I must be present in your entourage during the expedition to Kiava Gamma, and I am counting on your cooperation. The crew awaits further instructions, Lord Captain. Oh great, and there's unknown ships above Kiava Gamma. Great. 8. Absolutely great. Well. Nothing to gather here. And... the dwarf planet is marked on the Von Valencia's protectorate charts as Atley. It serves as a backup source of water for the inhabitable worlds of neighboring systems. Due to the abundance of bacteria proliferating in the Atley hydrosphere, the extraction of ice was stopped half a century ago. But much to your officer's surprise, the augurs detected an unidentified mining rig deep underground. Presumably, the extraction is aimed at extracting clay minerals near the planet's core that are enriched with heavy iron and other metals. Contact the Extractium's Vox station. The Extractium turns out to be Incendia Corda's latest investment, whose domain is located just within a few jumps from the Kranak system. While this world is of little value to the Von Valencius dynasty, your officers see this gesture as an attempt to test the boundaries of the newly minted rogue trader's leniency. No. Trader orders to behead everyone on the illegal mining rig and send their heads to Incendia Corda with the very best of wishes. Oh dear God. Magos Pascal notes the unusual composition of Atley's core. Subsequent developments will allow the extraction of rare refractory metals. Heeding his advice, the rogue trader decides to keep the extractium for himself. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. She trespassed on my territory and set up this mining station. Perhaps had she been willing to negotiate, I would have been more than willing to allow her to extract the resources provided she paid a certain percentage, but she's gonna walk on my territory. So, get the hell off my lawn, Corda. Your people easily assume control of the frightened workers, and the token security crew do not even attempt to resist. The extractium's machines are restarted shortly after. The amassed containers filled with precious ore are delivered to your cargo hold. Oh, plasteel? That's not very valuable. Pascal. My dude. That's a 3, even. I've found way more than that on other planets. Come on, Pascal. If we had unlimited extractiums, then maybe you'd have a point. But it didn't even count as automatically collecting it, so that's kind of stupid. Alright, let's deal with this.
I stand ready to serve you and the Imperium, Lord
Oh,
Captain.
shit. Okay, hold on. What are we dealing with here? Wow, I'm actually not going last for once. 2 iconoclasts and an infidel, as well as an additional infidel and another iconoclast. Okay. That's probably my best bet.
Helmsman, take us in.
They're gonna dive at us the second we get in range, so we may as well try to deal with them as best we can.
Let the void sort them out.
Fire off the torpedoes and open fire with the prow-mounted weaponry.
Launch batteries, fully.
Alright, good. And then force him to swing around, dealing damage to himself. There we go. That'll make it a bit harder for him to turn. Oh, now I have to move? Oh, fuck. Seriously? Yeah. Damn it. Okay, fine. Yep, they're gonna take a turn swinging around to try and get the bearing on me. Yep, then he's gonna move again. Alright, focus on me then. If those torpedoes get close enough, there's no way in hell you guys are gonna survive. I already know that for a fact. Yeah, come on. Oh my god. They're bunching up. Yep, he's gonna swing around. See, this is exactly what I was... Actually, that might still work. Kaboom. Sucks to be you, buddy. Why can I not move? Did I miss something? Oh, that's restart shields. Okay. I'm slightly weirded out by how this is doing. Direct hit.
Lance batteries. Volley.
Direct hit. Ah, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna fire that. He's down. Can't do that. On that side? No way in hell we'll be able to hit him. No. Force it to swing around. We'll go out wide. Yeah.
Engage the engines.
In fact, we shallow jump. Yeah. That'll get us even further away. He'll have no choice but to swing all the way around to try and engage us. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Yeah, long-range shot. Wasn't even going to do much. I mean, it is trying to portray 3D space combat on a 2D plane with very limited, you know, capabilities. I'm not surprised that they're having issues. To be fair, one of the few games that's ever done space combat pretty good has been the Homeworld franchise, at least up until recently. Homeworld 1 and 2 are pretty damn good. Oh, my throat's getting really bad. But we've only got an hour more. We could do it. Okay, so, you know, flip us around. Launch the torpedoes. And open fire.
Lance batteries. Volley.
Good shot, good shot. Nothing else we can do there. Yep, he's gonna fire back. Oh, please, move and range. How does he still have enough movement to get out of range of my guns? Yeah, it took a full 2 turns for him to turn around. Oh, he's got torpedoes. Sure would be a shame if I fired my own. Damn, he's just out of range. That's aggravating. Move. Right there.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
And fire.
Make every shot count.
Good. Then we're going to do the new heading, which will allow us to pull over here and concentrate fire.
Launch batteries. Volley.
Good shot, good shot. Yep, and come on. Come on, finish your turn. Yep, they're just gonna swing around. Oh, shit. Damn. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, asshole. Take that. You can try to find me again later, buddy. Alright, if we go here, they cannot turn that tightly. We're gonna go there.
With the force of a supernova.
Destroy him.
Torpedoes away.
Launch our own torpedoes. And fire on this.
Volley.
Wow, we actually... Did we hit them? I think we hit them. Can't do anything else. He's gonna have to swing around. They gotta swing around. And there we go.
Engage the engines. With
Fire.
the force of a supernova.
There we go. End turn. They move. They explode. And the battle's over.
Another victory for the von Valancius dynasty.
Oh, good. Rank 5. Unholy amulets and... Oh. Wait. Oh, lower hit chance, but much higher critical hit chance. In my experience, I'd much rather have the hit chance, at least for space combat, because crits don't happen very often in space combat compared to ground combat, because there's not nearly as many ways to stack them. Oh wow, I didn't realize we had that much scrap. Let's go ahead and upgrade that then. And... we'll go ahead and use focused effort. So that way we have the option to use multiple abilities. Ooh, flagship developments. Okay, here we go. Repair the void ship requires 50% less scrap. That would be useful. Restart shields now inflicts only a -2 penalty and no firing range penalty. Don't notice it starts to drift. Unnoticed past enemy ship. As a result, in most encounters, larger enemy vessels are surprised and act later. Ooh. Oh, that's really good. So 20% chance cooldown will be 1 round shorter. Very nice. Now collects 10% more more scrap from destroyed ships. Or we can take one of those. That's going to save me a lot of repairs in the long run. This, however, might help a lot. When's the next time we get one of those? Not until here, but we do get 2 of them. It's 2 more ranks. We'll take Silent Running now, and we'll pick up Rugged Repair next time. Control, Reinforced Shields, already upgraded that. Okay, okay. Nothing else we can do there. Right, Kiava Gamma. Bring Heinrich's deal with the disrupted shipments and make planetfall. Oh boy, I can only imagine what hellish shit we're dealing with over here. The Manufactorum of Kiava Gamma. Yes, we will take this party. There's no reason to bring Iralet or Adira, in my opinion. And Jay I just don't like, so... oh, we're here. Ooh, we're getting a cutscene introduction. Heinrich frowns as his eyes sweep over the Manufactorum's dark halls. No solemn ceremony, no personal meeting with the Magi. I fear we are too late, and we will not be dealing with clandestine heretics at all. Benaric arias of alarm stream from Pascal's Vox synthesizer. In their neurotic, broken rhythm, you sense a call to arms and a warning of danger. Heinrich, what exactly is your mission on Kiava Gamma? Well, I assumed that I would conduct an investigation, track down traces of the cult of the Final Dawn. I believe I can discard that plan now. Both the incident with the scrap code and the manner in which we were forced to land indicate that the situation has taken a turn for the worse. Nevertheless, I must use this opportunity and try to determine what the cult was doing on the industrial world, and what specifically interested them in a planet full of sacred machines and servants of the Omnissiah. First, we must find someone who can tell us what's going on here. Heinrich pauses, straining to hear something. If, that is, there is anyone here to speak to. Any suggestions? To start, let's look around and find out why the arrival of a rogue trader did not elicit the usual fuss. To speak plainly, I would not count on a warm welcome at this rate. Keep your weapons ready. We learn nothing else by standing here. Let's go. The interrogator nods, continuing to stare into the surrounding gloom.
I always have a backup plan.
Everybody in position? Good. Pascal, pop that open for me. Good. Oh boy. I've got a feeling this is going to be a lot of shit. Oh. Oh dear. This isn't going to be good, is it? Corrupted servitor. Uh-oh. The servitors before you appear as if they're performing some elaborate and confusing dance. Abelard is a seneschal, so he's basically meant to act as the rogue trader's number 2 in pretty much everything regarding running the dynasty and their ship. I don't really know if agent would be the right word. Seneschal is very much related to the old medieval title of someone who basically helps manage the court, which makes sense for the rogue trader given their feudal relationship with a lot of the rest of the Imperium. Some elaborate and confusing dance. Striking strange poses, they rock back and forth with their arms bent at peculiar angles. Are the servitors doing the robot? Is that the joke here? The servitors are doing the robot dance. Upon your approach, one of the servitors jerks and tries to turn in your direction. The rest immediately repeat the motion. The strange scene is complemented by grating sound, dull clicks just at the edge of your hearing coming from an unknown source. Observe the servitor closest to you. Based on a cursory inspection, you conclude that the servitors were designed for precision work on an assembly line, possibly circuit production. The number of high-quality, expensive augments in their bodies greatly exceeds the basic standard. The servitor's hands move, slowly reaching towards you. Avoid its touch. Gently and swiftly, you step away from the servitor. It stretches out its hand as if trying blindly to touch you in a space that you've already left and stands still and stills once more. It seems its brain is incapable of quickly processing changes in its surroundings. Find the source of the repeated clicks. Soon enough, you locate the source of the clicking. On the back of one of the servitors, a tumor, oozing with murky ichor, is growing straight through one of its augments. The relays coated in inflamed tissues are blocked, hence the reason for the persistent clicking. A mutation in a servitor. Tech priests typically reject the use of flawed soft tissue for constructs. Perhaps something has caused this aggressive growth. Recently. Abelard, see if you can cut away the tumor forming on the spinal cogitator. Without much difficulty, you manage to cut the excess flesh from the mechanisms. The liberated relay lets out a rapid burst of clicks, then a spark flashes before your eye, and something begins to hum deep inside the servitor's flesh. As if on cue, the servitor stops moving, lower their arms, and turn to you. Crew 24, second lane of the Manufactorum commencing work. State your request. The servitor addressing you is looking past you, and the voice is coming from the vox built into its throat. Follow your default programming.
Is there money to be made?
What is this? The cogitator panel has dozens of breakers, buttons, handles, switches, and other control mechanisms. View the log. You discover the local data crypt with contents collected by either previous operators or the machine spirit itself. Using your access, you study the archives stored on this cogitator. View the first log. Praise be the Omnissiah, whose might and power transforms dead metal to make manifest the holy visions of the machine god. The new protocols received at the synod of the great fabricator censor, high-ranking tech priest who acts as overseer of the entire planet, have been executed, despite those who shuddered at the thought of changing a standard procedure. Embolden your hearts, those whose inner weakness breeds errors in personal calculations, for the fabricator censor is the conductor of the higher will and the wisest among us. View the second log. Today at the Supreme Assembly, the fabricator censor unsealed the vaults of the sacred designs and committed those deemed redundant or heretical to purifying disposal. Today, dozens of standard procedures were lost, to be replaced by new ones, which the fabricator censor will deliver to those who demonstrate the greatest devotion to serving the truth. But the databanks contain no notion of truth. Could there have been, may the all-knowing one, the gracious keeper, forgive me, an error in the fabricator censor's calculations, and he meant to say serving the quest for knowledge? View the third log data, which was hidden by the protection of the machine spirit. Pascal's knowledge of machine spirits is sufficient to trick the system and subdue it to your will. A false query, crafty manipulation of the controls. We get what we want.
The instrumental terminals have already been replaced, and the material delivery systems are being prepared for divine transformation. The execution of the new procedure has been delayed, but there are some in our ranks who doubt the words of the Fabricator Censor and his votaries, and there are some who are not susceptible to the enhancement protocol that carries our tech comrades to enlightenment. May the deliverers of fate be merciful to them. Inaction is death, and I must be returning to the great work. Praise be to the truth that will reveal the path to the knowledge shrouded in darkness. Oh, that's definitely not fucking good. Before you is an ancient but wholly typical console intended for use by people not trained in the mysteries of ministering to machine spirits. The cogitator is completely silent, but as you approach, you sense the warmth emanating from its metallic casing, a telltale sign that the machine is working. View the log. I feel like this is the same. Is this the exact same? The vast data repositories contain millions of strings related to receiving raw materials for processing, shipping proceed materials, and schedules for sacred rituals to be performed over the machines coming off the production line. The manufactorum once operated like one gargantuan, well-oiled mechanism, but the last record is from 2 months ago. Well. Are they supposed to be following me? Is that it?
I will lead us to fortune.
No,
Let us not dawdle.
Okay, fair enough. Here's hoping they don't attack me. Oh, wait. I missed something. Loot. Ah, there we go. Multi-key, some fuel. Very nice.
Your
Slow.
mind is swathed in blue-grey smoke, Master Van Calox. A heavy color for heavy thoughts, I presume?
You are a dangerous person, Lady Orcelio. Or all navigators are, but your abilities place you in a special category.
That's putting it mildly, given the fact that she's a psychic empath who can imprint her emotions on other people by accident. A massive cogwheel constantly drives the colossal gear system, which is lost in the haze. You hear dull thuds from within the thick metal, as if some process endlessly pounding is running in the depths of these pipes.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Can we get up there? No? Is it not? I'm confused. What is going on over here? Hold on. Have a look. No? Can we... okay. I guess we can't get up there just yet. We'll find something else. What is this? A cabinet? Uh-oh. Oh dear. The lumps protruding under the tech priest's bedraggled red robe hint at the mechanisms implanted in his body. You hear his haggard and sickly face under the archaic respirator augment. Ein. A click, a clang, a barely audible hiss, and only then the tech priest Vox finishes the word. Identification. Request denied. Pascal turns to you, his visor gleaming crimson. Registering anomalous behavior within this servant's organics and an invalid noosphere response. This unit is compromised. Examine the tech priest. You carefully study the robe-clad figure before you. A black border of necrosis spreads out from around the tech priest's implants. For some reason, his body is rejecting the true flesh. A moment later, you recognize the dominant smell in the bouquet of scents permeating the air around the tech priest. The stench of rotten meat. Honestly, I feel like not telling him who I am is probably a good idea. Fuck it. I am Sovane de Firenze, heir of House von Valencius, the Lord Rogue Traitor. The tech priest pauses as his external cogitators whir, processing the information. Finally, the malfunctioning Vox produce a cracked voice. Irregularity. Execution of the Fabricator Sensors. Approved Protocol 3942 recommended. fabricate a sensor is a traitor to the Imperium and humanity, and I would not comply with any protocols approved by him. Anticipated process disrupted. Execution of disposal protocol recommended. Yep, who saw that coming? Oh look, more servitors. Volatile servitors. Oh, you've got to be shitting me. Okay, okay. Hey, are the corrupted servitors gonna help us? Yay! Let's go, buddies. That's a corrupted Magos. Heinrichs will deal with him. Abelard can be over here to assist with this. That's a Magos heretic. We'll set up here. Pascal over here. Argenta. Here. We need to set all of those fuckers on fire. Luckily, they're standing right next to one another.
If I may.
Voice of command. Additional turn. Then we're going to... Ooh. Set you on fire. Good. And then we're going to do this. Run and gun. Firestorm. Burn them all. God, that's glorious. And we're going to do that. And that. And that. Just going to... Zone of Fear, maybe? That might be a good idea. They are going to go first, which is unfortunate. If I go here, then I can hit all of them.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
It'll be okay, Cassia. Don't worry. They can't possibly move that far. Oh, yeah. They exploded. That took care of that. Very nice. Heinrichs, my dude, my buddy. If you'd be so kind, go ahead and buff yourself. It was what the tech priest was saying, but yes, that seems to be what he was going for, Kato. Just go ahead, charge him. Good damage, good damage. And we're going to... No, we're not going to do that. We're going to strike with the Force Sword. Good. I should have used that first. I'm an idiot. Oh well. Endure. Argenta, you'd be so kind as to move up.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
And then we're just gonna go pop rapid fire. If you could pump him full of lead, that would be most appreciative.
You, my Emperor.
Nice. Solid. Good damage. Oh, he even got stunned because the servitors all exploded in his face. Oh, that's glorious. Sucks to be you, bitch. Yay, the servitors are helping. Abelard. Oh, are you kidding me? Move forward slightly, please. And then we're gonna mark you. And then we're gonna charge. Smack. And then we're going to Reckless Strike. Might even be able to kill this guy.
I will do my duty.
Oh yeah. Smack him with the Thunder Hammer. Pascal, if you'd be so kind as to banish this fucker's machine spirit and break all of his shit. Thank you. Then you're gonna do that. Then we're going to pop this. Yeah, we got plenty. Precise attack. and then shoot him in the face. Very nice, Pascal. Thank you kindly. Go ahead and also deal some additional damage with that. Thank you. I'ma laugh if the servitors get the kill on this guy. Oh no, it's gonna be us. Set him on fire. Glorious. Not the best first contact with the world's inhabitants. I hope we will find someone more able to hold a conversation, willingly or not. Alright, almost didn't get these goods. Okay, fair enough, Ptolemy. Just no direct spoilers, please. That is in the rules. But thank you for the heads up. And yes, Kato, Pascal or Abelard with a hammer is just perfection. A tome containing revelations of the Omnissiah recorded in special binaric dialect. Only a member of the cult Mechanicus with a key to the cipher could partake of the wisdom of this machine god. Interesting. Omniscient axe and a crack grenade. Boy, I'm glad we didn't give him a chance to throw that. Also, is that a better axe than the one that he has? No, it's identical. Okay.
Keep your wits about you.
Grab that. Plasma pistol, which is... Nah. I should keep a hold of one of them because it'll probably be good for... I know the Space Marine shows up way later in the game, but I'd want at least a decent pistol for him. Fair enough. No. As I said, just don't tell me who it is or what the story beat is. Like, I understand that it might be a major bug and not to choose the Iconoclast option. Oh, my nose. Oh, my nose and my throat are still acting up. But yes, we will do some manual saves here rather than the quick save so that we've got plenty of options in case anything goes wrong. Yay, servitor buddies. Servitor buddies, where are you going? Oh, okay. There we go. Oh. Okay, we're not even disguising anything here. Holy shit. Still wondering how we get down there. Kind of annoyed that I can't get to it. It's gonna bother me. It's gonna... Wait, what? Why is there... Oh, that's across the way. Oh, okay. That's why. Alright. Calm down. Calm down.
Is there money to be made?
Okay. Does that just lower? Yes, that just lowers that back down. Okay. What else have we got up here?
Over there.
What did you find? Oh, spots a trap. Okay. Genta, if you would be so kind.
Never doubt me.
Thank you.
Rise
we
to the
got?
top, or get left in the
Goods.
dust.
It's the usual. Nothing unsavory. Oh, that's on the other side of that. Okay, this area is starting to annoy me with how some of these skill checks and identifiers are really far away from what they actually look to be. Blood mixed with machine oil is barely visible on the dark floor. Oh. Okay, this is gonna be a right pain in the ass.
I always have a backup plan.
Okay. There's gotta be a way to turn this off, right? Because I already know that this is gonna result in me taking injuries if I try to run through here. Is that it, maybe? Or is that it? God damn. Okay, who can operate on their own?
If such is the Emperor's will.
Okay. That's the safe zone. So we want to get over there. Go, Abelard, go! For the love of God. There's got to be a way to shut this off. Run. Okay, that should be safe. Yep. There better be a way to shut this off. I don't want to do this with everybody. Maybe that guy? I don't know. Dark patches can be seen on the floor. They are smudged as if someone walked through them on the way to the footbridge.
You're fucking kidding me.
Trap ability uses frag grenade. God damn it. Get that trauma off of him before it turns into a... Timing puzzles are not good for a game that doesn't have precise controls by moving a huge group of people. Game. A small, heavily augmented man in a filthy, tattered robe stands before you. As you approach, he hesitantly looks up at you, his eyes filled with horror. A portable inscriber with a keyboard hangs from a strap at his front, and you can see his detached cerebral cogitator peeking out from under his hood. You have nothing to fear from us. Deus Mechanicus. The tech priest decides to take a better look at you, after which he lets out a ragged breath and manages to subdue his shaking. He heard my prayers. I thought I was alone in a kingdom of madness and depravity. Please, save me. Tell us who you are and what happened to you. I am Manufactorum Lex Mechanic, Zeta 86. I performed the rituals for the machine spirits of Foundry 95 up until we started going mad. Priests devoted to the Omnissiah suddenly started praising the dawn of something or other. They stopped the belts, and then they desecrated the visages of the sacred machine with unholy symbols. Some of us resisted, the others grabbed them, tied them up, and then they turned their implants to heresy. I saw the madmen, my former tech comrades, deliberately connect those poor souls to corrupted cogitators. I watched as they were infected with the scrap code, and did nothing to stop them. I am recording a violation of the commandment of thine own forge be a true sentinel, apostate Zeta 86. Your access are hereby revoked. Proceed with your report. The icy rumble coming from Pascal's Vox causes the Lex Mechanic to lower his head in fear and contrition. How did you manage to avoid the same fate? I didn't avoid it. They performed the same procedure on me. I felt the touch of the unholy code. I allowed it to control me. I abandoned my sacred post and followed one of the traitors, serving his will and gathering all data of his blasphemous experiments. I was driven by an unholy impulse coming from the depths of my auxiliary cogitator where the code lodged itself. Before I found a way to throw off the compulsion, I witnessed horrifying heresy, the extraction of true flesh and its decomposition on altars, perverse procedures that result in heretical abominations. I even accompanied a fallen Magos to the fabricator censor himself and attended the unholy mass he led personally. It was a wicked ritual, full of willful deviations and blatant inaccuracies, all to create an ungodly monster in the name of the final dawn. You don't act like the other priests who are infected with corruption. The Lex Mechanic gestures at the wires and cogitate connectors spilling out from under his hood. Praise the gifts of the Omnissiah. I managed to disconnect my external cogitator, which I had used primarily for data processing. The machine is corrupted. The scrap code is locked inside like a beast in a cage, but anyone who tries to look inside will fall victim to the program. My primitive brain has been marked by corruption. I still see their silhouettes and hear their interference. I sense the malfunctions in my augmentics, but I was still saved from the great sacrifice. Blessed are the workings of the Omnissiah and his benediction that shelters the weak from evil. Heinrich tenses ever so slightly at the Lex Mechanic's words. You see his hand casually stray to the handle of his blade, but the interrogator is in no hurry to act. You mentioned a monster. Is that some kind of weapon? No, not those constructs that are melted down in furnaces and sent into the depths of the Manufactorum. It is some kind of semblance of a great cogitator, a nightmarish parody of the sacred machine powered not by the Omnissiah's grace, but by unholy spirit and life force of the unfortunates imprisoned within the lower levels. I don't know much, except that the fabricator censor saw that machine as special to him and to the crazies who defiled the Omnissiah's abode with obscene blasphemy. For the final ritual, he even called upon one of the Astartes heretics who arrived at the Manufactorum after the start of the uprisings. He did something terrible. And only after that were they able to switch the machine on. It is a true abomination. Even standing near it is unbearable. I believe that even those who have been deprived of the Omnissiah's grace still feel its influence upon them. Its monstrous power utilized for unholy computations and chaotic calculations. Whatever the Cogitator might spew out at the end of its great cycle, no righteous soul should accept its heinous offering. How exactly did your crazed comrades behave? Like the grace of the Omnissiah had left them entirely, replacing all free thought and progress with blackest corruption. I witnessed them desecrating structures blessed by the Fabricator Censor himself. Though, what do the blessings of the rotten traitor count for now? Like men possessed, they set upon the sacred instruments and assembled shells and nodes that didn't match any diagram or blueprint I had ever seen. It was sacrilege. You mentioned someone imprisoned on the lower levels. It is the lay servants of the main unit. They live in isolated segments beneath the sacred machine halls. They are locked in there after the takeover. Then my crazed brethren changed the system for disposing of slag waste and covered the machines in cursed symbols. The Lex Mechanic hesitates. After they started the Cogitator, they started dragging the survivors out of the segments under the machine halls. Well, what the survivors had turned into. You demonstrate exceptional powers of observation and recall for someone who just happened to survive. I am a Lex Mechanic. Gathering data is the purpose of my existence. That's even what they used me for. He trails off, but lately understanding the subtext of the interrogator's words. They used me against my will. The scrap code turns everyone into their slave. Before I rid myself of the Cogitator, I was forced to serve alongside those who perpetuated these atrocities, to witness their obscenities. Heinrichs, what do you make of it? The interrogator tilts his head. Servant of the Omnissiah, I must know more. This final dawn, the Fabricator Censor, the Mass, and about this machine. I could give you coordinates, but the Lex Mechanic drops his head. Even though I was present for many blasphemies committed by those heretics, all the details that were captured and processed by my true flesh are in the augmentic that was corrupted by the scrap code. I am convinced that if I hadn't fought off that foreign compulsion in time, I would have been doomed, for the corruption would have spread to my biological Cogitator as well. The Lex Mechanic taps a finger on the device hanging from his ear on several wires. I swear that no devout tech priest should come into contact with what's hidden in that once sacred device. Heinrichs' expression shifts as he stares intently at the disconnected implant, and still intact connectors protruding from under the Lex Mechanic's collar. The corner of his mouth twitches involuntarily. Ooh, I actually kind of like this, because for the Inquisition, the Lex Mechanic did exactly what he should have. He essentially cut off a portion of himself to prevent the corruption from spreading. But the only way we're going to get the information is to plug it back in. Abelard notices the look on Heinrichs' face. Once he does, he sighs heavily and looks away. Could the Cogitator be disconnected and reconnected to another machine? The Lex Mechanic shakes his head in reproach. Even if the very idea of exposing an untainted holy machine to the scrap code wasn't profane in and of itself, my augmetics are sadly not universally compatible. They cannot be connected to another machine spirit. They were created to interact within the system of my true flesh, to innovate my compulsor unit and output data via the inscriber. Once I am safe, I swear that I will immediately perform a cleansing rite and destroy. In other words, there's only one way to extract the data stored in the Cogitator. What are you talking about, Heinrichs? If we connected the Cogitator to his augmetic systems, the Lex Mechanic will serve as a conduit for the data. We will learn the details, even if they are incomplete, of the things he saw and heard, but is now unable to recall. The Lex Mechanic, who has been listening to your discussion in puzzlement, finally understands what is going to happen to him and begins to back away in fear. No, anything but that. I'll die. No, worse. I'll succumb to the corruption. I beg you, please. I would rather be burned as a heretic than have the scrap code placed within my biological cogitator. At these words, Heinrich pauses for a fraction of a second, almost as if he's reconsidering. In failing to offer any resistance against the enemies of the Omnissiah, Unit Zeta-86 lost the grace of his machine rank and was recategorized as a resource of the Manufactorum. The defilement and torment of said resource, if committed to advance the struggle against heresy, will not be deemed an apostasy or malfaction against a living soul. Upon expiry of the unit's utility, disposal is recommended. I have a feeling that this might have been the iconoclast decision that Ptolemy was mentioning. Oh, it's not? Oh, that's good, because admittedly, I love the writing here. That the dogmatic choice of all things is to plug the Chaos Servitor or the Chaos Cogitator back in. Like, I love that that is, well, I can't. I did save before we went through the Steam, though, so this is the best I got, unfortunately. You can't save in the middle of a conversation. I did save right before this. It was a manual save, so we didn't miss too much if things go wrong. But again, let me just compliment the writing here. I love that the dogmatic choice is to forcibly and purposely corrupt somebody with the... It explains so much for how the Inquisition can fall so hard sometimes. And how some of their members can become so radical. Because they can honestly and earnestly believe that they're making the, to use the game terms, dogmatic choice while co-signing somebody to corruption. It's a brilliant, brilliant good use of it. Ah, I will keep an eye out for that. See, that's what I like. There's no story spoilers or anything. You've just explained the mechanics of it. That's exactly how I'd like it with these kind of things. Just so long as I'm not actually getting any story details. That's my big thing, though. That's exactly how you should write it. Thank you. So yes, we're going to, in this case, we're going for Iconoclast. Heinrichs, stop. You and I both know that the leaders of this cult would never discuss anything of importance in front of so low-ranking of a witness. Leave the poor man alone. We need to know where the cogitator is. Even if the heretics' conversations are unimportant, I must know why that machine is so valuable to them. I can tell you. The Lex mechanic rummages in his ragged clothes, producing a scrap of parchment. A different augmetic is responsible for my muscle memory, and it has its own data storage. I remember where I walked, what I pressed. Here, the coordinates, the code. Most likely the code to the bay. He scratches out the numbers with his fingernail and passes the parchment to Heinrichs. Heinrichs' eyes bore into the smaller man's. At last, having reached some conclusion, he turns to you. He is the subject of your world, Savani de Firenze. It is for you to decide his fate. Abelard... Pascal did say that he technically is just material now, so I can do whatever I want with him. So we'll be nice to him. He'll be escorted to the ship. After all proper cleansing procedures and rites, we'll find a place for him there. The Lex mechanic is given the shuttle coordinates and hurries away. Heinrichs watches him go, then looks at you. Excessive kindness, Savani, gets good people into trouble. Let's hope that the corruption only affected the disconnected augmetic and not his soul. Regardless, we need to find this cogitator. Okay, but seriously, can we shut down the Steam so that I don't have to run everybody through here one by one?
Guide our way.
I'd really appreciate that. I really would. I'm gonna have to run them through one by one, aren't I? Even if I do, it looks like the only... This isn't even the way forward. This just links up with this shit down here. Oh, God.
What ails you? Do I detect doubt in your voice?
Okay, hold on. We're gonna move Pascal. Go.
Force reserves.
Go, go, go. God damn it. It's fine. Okay, it didn't inflict an injury, so as long as we don't screw up too badly, we should be fine. Go ahead and pop that open for me, would you, Pascal? Ooh, 10 ballistic skill and 25% critical damage. Oh, that's actually... Let me see that. Ooh, but that reduces recoil, which is really important for her. Oh. To decide with this. For ranged weapons with an effective range is 30 plus ballistic skill. I have to look up what the actual stats are on that to see if it would be better. Alright, we'll leave that alone for now then.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
Okay, so there's nothing else over here.
A nice little stroll.
Yeah, so that's all down there. That I can't walk on. This I can, though, which leads down to here.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Oh, okay. Now we have a way around all of this bullshit. Very nice.
An expected result.
Yep. Okay, so that gets us all around that. Thank you, Abelard.
Naval service. That was
Keep
barely
your
a
wits
chat.
about you.
And now we can go this way. Very nice. That. Basic fuel cargo. What have we got? The screen of this cogitator shows a scrolling line of repeating technolingua. Staring at the obscure symbols gives you a headache. Yeah, pretty sure that's not because it's just binary and shit.
Detail is the key to success.
What have we got here? Oh. A tome containing warnings of the Omnissiah. This set of unshakable tenets of the Adeptus Mechanicus is hidden from the eyes of the layman with a special binaric cipher. Only an anointed tech priest can divine the sacred knowledge from this folio. Technically, shouldn't Pascal be able to crack those open? I mean, oh. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh. That's not good. Oh, that's a lot of them. Oh, what voice should I do for this? The massive Magos, clad in ritual garb, lets out a binaric trill and turns towards you. From beneath the deep hood of his mantle, two dimly lit eye implants gaze out at you. You hear another binaric tirade, this time clearly addressed to you. Who or what in the void are you? You dare address me in the vile tongue of savages? Me, the steward of Kiava Gamma, lord of the machine world? Kneel, pathetic meat spawn, if you seek swift disposal. You propose that I, rogue traitor of the Von Valencius line, kneel. I shall give you 5 minutes, not to beg for forgiveness, but to speak your last words and offer your final confession. You are one of the troglodytes who once had the gall to oppress my comrades and resist my will. A messenger from the barbarian who drank the sacred unguents bestowed upon her through others' toil. Very well. Then your appearance is the perfect opportunity to teach your ilk a lesson. My name is Cubus Delphine. I once held the title of Fabricator Censor of the Kiava Gamma Manufactorum, but I rejected it, along with all other fetters that hindered our progress. Once my faith was flawed and led naive fools from the cult Mechanicus into the darkness of ignorance. Now I am this world's master and serve the true gods. You tread upon their territory. You do not number among their legion servants. Therefore you must be subject to immediate disposal. As the senior functioning member of the Priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Explorator Pascal Hanuman, declare this temple to the machine god compromised, and forthwith forbid all service within it. I dethrone the Fabricator Censor, ignorant heretic betrayer of the Omnissiah, and condemn as anathema any and all standard procedures implemented by him. Let the cycle of the blasphemous operations put in motion be discontinued. Pascal switches to Beneric, and you hear dissonance burgeoning in the depths of the Forge Cathedral. Some of the great mechanisms still heed his order and go still, while others, obeying the Fabricator Sensor's will, continue their work. Ah, I see Pascal has invoked administrator privileges. Crashes, explosions, and the clanging of crumping metal signify that some dissent among the machines has interrupted the Manufactorum's production cycle. Hanuman, liar. You are not him. Demence Hanuman obeys me. His mind is open to the voices of the void, and the scrap code he created protects my world. I will not have you, rusted refuse from the misfit caste of explorators, call me ignorant. Oh, a second Hanuman. Third, technically, counting Abel. Pascal, your mentor and his decision to name a bunch of people after you is really starting to come off as creepy as hell, you know that? This statement is false. Your regalia is revoked. You have been deemed defective and will be eliminated. Pascal turns to you and speaks dryly, initiating heretic search designation Demence Hanuman. I wish to execute the retribution procedure. What did you do to the governor and leadership of Kiava Gamma? The removal of unserviceable artifacts was the first step towards retooling this world. Only my tech comrades heeded the call of truth that reached into their cogitators and allowed them to pierce the veil of empty dogmas. Poor old Gaprak. 10 years or so back, he told me he felt uneasy about the presence of so many. The tin can comrades, apologies, I mean the esteemed Adeptus Mechanicus. He casually complained that not having been dealt a normal planet. I'll have to honor his memory with a prayer, once we have finished purging this place. Abelard brandishes his thunder hammer. Thankfully, the Fabricator Sensor here did not require any coercion in order to confess to treason. So you've traded one master for another. I would have expected a Fabricator Sensor to be smarter than that. The Fabricator Sensor's vox lets out a piercing, barely audible sound that makes your insides shudder. I will rip out your spinal column and braid it about my staff, you arrogant creature. I have seen what you have done to this world and to my subjects. I will not allow it to continue. You may be driven by your will to fight, but know this. Kiava Gamma has already been converted. Its lines have been restructured. Its servants have tasted the fruits of progress. In the crucibles of this manufactorum, liquid metals will be used to forge vessels for the sacred spirits. The adepts are already tirelessly delving deeper into new mysteries that were once barred by the false tenants. You, servants of fake gods, are too late. The entire might of this world shall soon rise against the anathema and his slaves. So many open admissions of heresy in so few sentences. Sister, how many death sentences would you say his words warranted? I cannot answer that, Master von Kellox. It is not my duty to measure the guilt of heretics. When the Adeptus Auroritas appears before the enemies of the Imperium, it is time to open fire, not count. Well, now is one of those times. Alright, I'll admit, that's a pretty badass line. And you know what? I'm usually pretty still in favor of using the Emperor lines, just because, as I said, my character's still a believer, even if he is iconoclast, but... oh, this is too good of a line to pass up. Do you know what I like about deranged tin cans like you? When I finally melt your insides with my pyromancy, you leave behind plenty of useful spare parts. I think I'll make a portable recaf machine out of your ribcage. Comrades, purge the manufactorum of any random variables.
I must prepare for the culmination of our great work. Got the outsiders. Mix blood with oil. Death to apostates. Are they coming our way? Aw, I was really hoping they'd stay bunched up. That would have been perfect for me to set them all on fire. Conceal the path from the impious. Oh boy. I'll be honest, I kind of thought we were just going to transfer straight into a combat. But I guess not. Oh. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Firstly, save. Hard save. Do I have time? I've got 5 minutes. I could deal with it. Shit. Okay. How do we want to do this?
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
Are those... Okay, no, those are auto guns. For a second, I thought those were melta-guns, and I was about to be very concerned. They have all melee weapons. They have all ranged weapons. He has melee weapons. Okay. Set him on fire. Oh, it killed him. God damn it. Okay. They're gonna come from this way. So, Cassia... Pascal... Argenta... Abelard... Me... Heinrichs. Start the battle. Alright, let's do this quick.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the
Point of curiosity.
with grace, at least?
There we go. We're going to
Me.
additional.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Yes, he's the best choice.
It's as good as done.
Set him on fire. Good.
I'll make
Running
it
gun.
happen.
Oh, good. It's going to set them all on fire.
Not me.
Oh, glorious. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was great. Fuck you, buddy. Cassia. I can't do anything up there. Can't do anything there. We'll hold off. Servitor buddies! I swear to God, if I manage to keep these guys alive all the way to the end of this world, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Yep, here they come. Oh, they're coming that way. I mean, sure, if you want to waste time. Oh, for the love of... Argenta always ends up getting in trouble. And it's usually my fault. Not that far. Oh, but we have the... Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm down with that. Let's do it. And then we're gonna do this.
I'll make it happen.
Yeah, he's not gonna survive. Then we're gonna cast this on you.
As good as done.
Set you on fire. Then we're gonna burn them all. Oh, glorious. And then we're going to inflame. Oh, yeah. Good luck with that, buddies. It's gonna be hilarious. Ooh, nice shot. Oh, we've got another squad of them.
I'm enraged.
Ow. We'll go ahead and do this.
Step aside.
Go ahead.
I won't object to it.
Charge up there.
I'm done
Slice
with
him to
this one.
pieces. Iron arm up.
Glory.
Go ahead and use that on him. Deal some damage. And
See to it.
endure. Very nice, very nice. Nothing else we can do? Nothing else we can do. Abelard. My man, my main man, Abelard. You'd be so kind if we go there and then do that. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Tactics are the best ones.
You'd be so kind. Run straight in there. Smack that asshole.
And then we're going to hit... Oh, yeah, that'll be everybody. Okay, so we're going to... Corrupted, Skitari Alpha. And then we're going to... Oh, no. Yes, yes, we have 3. So we can Reckless Strike. And then we're going to hit everybody. Oh, glorious. Glorious. Magenta. Oh, he's here. Okay, I don't even know if I can hit him from here. You know what? Just set up behind cover over... Oh, shit, I forgot. I'm an idiot. You know what? I deserve that. I'm an idiot. Oh, but look at that. Nobody's in the way of my attack. Sucks to be you. Servitor buddy. Pascal. Fortunately, there's no real place to set him up and cover, so we're gonna run over here. And we, yes, disable him. Zap. And we're going to... Ooh, yeah, barely any chance of hitting him there. Go ahead and throw that on him. Yes, glorious Abelard indeed. Yeah, we don't have much chance of hitting him there. 50% chance to hit that guy. Really? What is... Like, he's behind heavy cover, so I get it, but... I don't know. That seems stupid. Let's go ahead and pop that then. And that. Give me a chance to kill this guy at least before he starts acting again. Yeah, he's gonna go no matter what, so... God damn it, Pascal. Just... Well, at least he managed to hit him. Cassia.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Go ahead and buff Abelard.
To being ordered around.
We need to finish up this encounters.
Me?
We're going to do that.
Lord Captain?
Abelard, finish this iron off. Thank you kindly. And now if you'd be so kind. Very good. Cassia, can you do... Oh, no, that won't work. That won't work. None of that's gonna work. Shame. Immobilize. Nope, can't do that on him. Can't do that on him. And she can't move, so... End turn. Oh, look at them. They're trying to help. They're trying to help so bad. Oh, yeah. Try to run away. Good luck with that. Ow. Holy shit. Oh, no. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, it actually doesn't affect any of the stats I care about, so we should be fine. Bullshit. Fucking... That's what I get. I keep moving Argenta into the worst goddamn spots, it seems. Go ahead and set him on fire. Thank you.
On it.
Go ahead and pop that. Oh, we can't set him on fire. Shit.
I'll make it happen.
I was really hoping we'd be able to. Oh well.
I'll see to it personally.
Pop a second one. And then inflame.
Not me.
And he's dead. And...
I am
Right up
ready
here.
for whatever comes.
Anything else we can do? No. And then he's gonna shoot. 19. That's fine.
I need a foothold.
Come on. We need to finish this up. Oh, he's already got Iron Arm. So next we're going to slice. Very good. Very good damage. Ah, and then we're going to break through. Which allows me to zip to his other side. And deal additional damage. Very nice.
I won't do that.
That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything, and I should have done that. Well, until the end of his next turn, so we're going to go ahead and mark him just in case. Abelard. Get over here. Oh, good.
An exemplary strike.
Oh, would you look at that? 1 HP. Sucks to be you.
I took care of this one.
Glorious, Abelard. Glorious.
Always keep your eye on the...
Yeah, Argenta, I'll take credit for that. That was entirely my fault. If I hadn't run you past the Alpha Scutari over here, we would have been fine. But I was an idiot. I don't need power mauls. Nobody uses power mauls. Oh, is that better than the one he... That is better than that. The Force Sword's still better because he has the stats that work with it. So we can swap out the Noble Sword. There we go. Nice. Alright, let's gather up the remaining gear, and then I will save, and we'll find somebody to raid. Oh, they had nothing. Longitude... Ooh. So about an arc rifle. May as well hold on to that. Never know. Might be useful. Might be useful. Probably not going to need 2 of them. And I don't need another power sword. Alright. Let's go ahead and hard save. Okay, let's find... Let me open up Twitch here real fast. Let's find somebody to raid. Sir Justin the Lion. He has been up for a little bit. Let's go ahead and say hi to him. All right. So I hope everybody had a glorious Wednesday. I will be back on Friday at the normal time. And hopefully the rest of the week will go well. So I hope you all have a great day. And I'll see you on Friday. Peace.